Screen Australia, if you're watching, give us some money.
Money, please.
Why not?
You can't be a chef and a dad. Put these kids back.
Joshua Swift.
My legs are broken, but I can afford to fix them.
It's my birthday! I'm turning 37!
This
And
one's
possibly the whole bottom row.
this one's impossible.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Hey, stop messing with my mom.
I guess you had to be there.
Yeah.
All except two answers here. Perfect answer.
Sorry.
It wasn't cock.
Where's the last one? I can hear it. God damn it.
Live from the Loki Studios on Thursday, the 20th of July, starring... He shaved his beard a little bit because it was caked with last night's dinner. It's Sick Angus.
He's helping. Oh, Jesus. He's helping now.
She was watching wrestling all day, but also working, but mainly watching wrestling. It's Ruby.
Blood and guts. Blood and guts. Yeah.
He's a DJ, a food critic, a children's writer, a podcaster, and made his wealth harvesting sapphires in Central Australia. It's Levins.
You're going to need to explain that.
Yeah, I will. He's a sneaky little potato. It's Swifty. And I'm me, Peter Me Burns. Hi. Tonight on the show, we some games get funded, games got played, we test our food, Rizz, and we challenge our times. Now the Sapphire thing.
Please.
Let's start there, because someone put in this script just the list of all of your amazing accomplishments.
That's me.
My annoying intro. I feel like I'm maybe one of the worst people to
condense it,
introduce.
Just focus on one thing and be good at that instead of doing all of them.
Jack of all.
I've got extremely undiagnosed ADHD. Okay?
So I took a stab and just assumed it was correct. You've accomplished so much else. I assumed harvesting sapphires was kind of just like an afternoon.
No, I'm more of an opal man.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
Gene
an
from
opal
down under.
man.
Yeah.
I'm an opal man.
I'm an opal
This is
man.
my son. You fell in an opal hole. Have you seen
This is my son.
Have you seen the signs for the opal holes that you're not meant to fall in? Well, that's not what they're for. When you're up in like Central Australia.
Oh, you're not meant to
the
fall
sapphire
into
holes,
them.
which you can
Right.
and should
Dive
fall
straight
in.
into those.
Yeah.
There's the signs everywhere that say watch out for opal holes because they're really small but really deep. So it would be really easy to fall in. And of course, they have hilarious stick figure signs of people like falling in at various angles.
I did a very,
And
very...
they're getting rich.
And then getting there's one at the bottom just being like,
My legs are broken, but I can afford to fix
See,
them.
that's the good thing about being like just a little bit chunky, because if you do fall, like,
Squeeze in.
you think there's a bunch of Warner Brothers style characters down there
It's
just
like,
being like,
oh, geez, oh, God.
Yeah.
You know, it rocks.
You don't want to end up in one of those, like, was it 74 hours? How many hours was that guy?
127.
127? That's a lot. 47 I could do.
Yeah.
I reckon.
27's nothing.
What's your limit before you cut limbs off?
oh, I'm like 2 hours.
Like
hours?
two,
Yeah.
20 minutes.
I'm so, I can't reach my
I
phone.
use this leg anyway.
Oh, if something falls on my arm, I'm cutting it off immediately.
I miss one meal. I'm like, fuck it.
I reckon.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's rule out the blood loss and possible dying. I reckon like you'd halve the time if it was leg versus arm. I reckon you'd spend half the time to cut your leg off, then you'd consider for your arm.
What?
Okay, like,
Okay,
What
no,
did you
no, I see what
say?
you're saying. I see what you're saying. You
I
would
don't.
Like, it would
sacrifice.
be a
You would
better-
sacrifice a leg
quicker.
than you'd sacrifice an arm.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
It would
And
be,
then
it's
you would-
127 hours for an arm, and whatever half of that is for a leg. I should have not done maths on the spot. It's like
Half?
63 and a half.
63 and a half, yeah.
63 and a half.
63 and a half
Yeah, we-
hours.
Levin's
That half
mathematician as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Limb severing. But podcasts, I mean, you in this room would have spent more time in front of a microphone than any of us, I think.
Yeah, we hold it. This is
Oh,
new
really?
technology
I was
to
going
me.
to say, I've seen a lot of podcasts that they are now filming, and in their filmed footage, they're all holding mics. What's that about?
I reckon there's a bunch of podcasts that aren't actually podcasts. They just exist for 30-second long TikTok snippets.
No.
That's
You're right. You're right. It's
Yeah.
actually a whole thing where like some
Totally.
people they have the whole setup and everything. They do it for ads, specifically like High Smile and some shit, where they'll be like, have you heard about this product that Kim Kardashian uses? Yeah, I just heard about it today. And there's like a fucking neon sign that says High Smile in the background.
There's a really incredible
Amazing.
video game one where it's like two guys and I think they specifically make videos that target like kids that are on TikTok.
Sure.
And so it'll open with them being like, how come we never hear about the sixth night at Freddy's? And then all come together like really like dramatic music, like whoa, like it's just like
And you reckon they're in there recording 3 hours of content just to splice it up into 3 socials? And put them
and
out?
they take the rest of the year off.
Jesus.
They're making way more money than
What if
all of
Among
us.
Us was
smart.
set on Earth? It's like, whoa!
We need to be
There's
doing
Subway
that.
Surfers under it as well.
Yeah.
And
I was saying
someone
to-
making slime.
I was saying to Ruby, I was actually engaged with a TikTok recently that was like, the story was interesting. I wanted to hear the rest of it, but it had half of it was Family Guy or Subway Surfers or something, and I wasn't focused on it, but I deliberately moved on and didn't finish it because I didn't want to give them the metric. I didn't want to show them that I successfully stayed for the whole TikTok because half of it was a mobile game.
Yeah.
I hit
Good on
2
you.
exciting influencer milestones this week. The
Oh,
first
nice.
of which, people have started splicing my TikToks with them cutting soap. Like they're like, have you seen that? They like cut into soap and they're like,
Is it one of the just satisfying ones where they're like shaving a layer off?
But it's my
Yeah.
fucking voice being
Awesome.
like, here's the thing about Kirby. It's like, and then
You rate like the thing they put underneath you by like how interesting and engaging you are, I reckon. So it's like shaving soap is like, you know, what you're doing is quite interesting. Family Guy is whatever you're on about. It's really boring. Like,
Sure,
that's
yeah,
more
sure.
distracting.
especially if they've
Yeah, yeah,
muted
yeah.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's just Family Guy.
Yeah, exactly. What was the
second
one?
milestone?
I got an email. I should read it out. It's pretty
Oh,
special.
please. Is it Raid Shadow Legends promotion? Because you know you've made it when.
Yeah, no, I've got other weird, massive multiplayer online games.
Yeah, sure.
But today was exclusive partnership opportunity for your unique style and influence.
Ooh.
This is
We should
from
put that in the intro.
the great Valerie Boffey, known mogul.
Valerie Boffey.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Hi, Andrew. My name is Valerie Boffey, and I'm the founder of Scentcraft, a company that specializes in creating stunning luxury custom fragrances for individuals and businesses. Our social media team recently discovered your unique personality and style, and we believe that you have the potential to create a successful fragrance brand with us.
Holy shit.
And then she just randomly quotes one of my captions on an Instagram post, which
Yeah.
was, I wrote about 10 of my favorite places to eat in Parramatta. Then it cuts back to her.
So
it has nothing
we,
to do with like
we
a
think
scent.
we can sell meatball perfume against this.
Yeah. We would like to offer you the opportunity to partner with us and create your own fragrance brand. We will handle everything for you, from the branding and design to creating a custom fragrance to building a website for your followers to purchase your fragrance.
So I'm
Good.
just getting a
Oh, I smell like the tacos we ate 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Our fragrances are made by some of the greatest perfumers in the world. Get this, guys, including Anne Flippo and Dominique Ropillon.
Oh my god.
Rubby on?
Rub it on,
There's
rub.
no way that's real.
Ropillon.
Yeah,
Ropillon?
yeah. Roll on.
Yours truly, Val Boff.
Yeah.
Val. But can we? You can
Call me
call me
Val.
Val.
Yeah.
Call me
We're
Val.
that close.
Call me Val Boff.
What if she's watching on
watching
Twitch
right-
right
You don't-
now?
Hi,
In
Val.
case Val is
Have you
watching.
responded?
No.
We should respond in the
Yeah.
post show. Val, baby, I'm on board. Let's do this.
Hello, the Boff.
Yeah. What do you think about 4 new fragrances for 4 new individuals?
That's amazing.
I think what would your
You got to like,
fragrance
what's a
be?
key scent? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd smell a bit like shame.
Yeah,
Whatever
okay.
shame smells like.
Yeah.
That's all.
I would smell like a cushioned sofa seat after a 12-hour gaming session.
Oh.
Yeah.
So shame.
Shart.
Yeah, shot.
I have
Yeah.
a real one.
Yeah.
Because I used it today.
Oh no.
No, it's not bad.
Sandalwood.
You just moved a little bit further away.
I'm comfortable. I'm like settling in with these.
No, good.
Shameful
I
smells
recently
around me.
bought a linen spray. That
Oh,
you just meant
yeah.
to like spray, a fabric spray that you just meant to
Right.
like, and I got sold it at like.
For the busy man who can't wash his clothes.
No, wait, you
That's called a pommy shower.
that's true. No, after you wash your like bedding, you give it like one spritz over the
Oh,
top, and
right.
it gives it a fragrance.
A lady sold that to me at Bed
Valerie?
it was Val Boff. It was Bed Bath and Beyond. So that's
mine
the
was
Beyond.
Freedom.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
bought a lamp at Freedom, and the lady was like, "Your parents are coming to visit. You should use a spritz on your bedding." And then today, I was like, I sprayed the room, and then I just sprayed once and walked through it. So my current scent is
linen.
Bed.
cedar wood and bed.
Nice,
I don't know.
nice fresh bed.
Mine would be
fresh
like
bed.
gummy bears, except with a little bit of shame mixed in because when I crack that bag, I eat the whole bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not Hariboing, are you?
You've never made the.
See, the
Jeez,
thing
be
is,
careful.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Haribo
bad.
have sugar in it. It's only the sugar free because they have
then
artificial sweeteners in them
you
which
cancer
act
ones.
as laxatives.
The what?
Oh, Well, apparently there's a certain artificial sweetener that in the last week was.
Aspartame.
They were like
reclassified
That'll
or
give you
Blame
cancer.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking more about the sugar-free Haribo ones that if you eat en masse, you will have volcanic levels.
Any
And they
sugar-free.
smell like Pete's.
And
Yeah,
they'll have-
any
yeah.
sugar-free. Yeah, it'll take you there.
See-
It'll take you there.
Gus, with your bed spray, the thing is, feeling like you need a bed spray makes me feel like you would feel shame with how your bed normally smells. So I
all
think
shame.
there's also a bit of shame.
Do you think just
there.
lying in bed and
Yeah.
just like
All
go, oh god, once in
You're
the
like,
end, it'll, like,
this is all wrong. It's not how my bed should smell.
oh, we're off to a rocket start.
Yeah.
Ruby, I do want to give you a little bit of an opportunity to talk about the important work that's happening at AEW.
Yes! Okay, thank you. Did you say that?
Just like the tiniest amount.
Yeah, you got
okay.
like a minute.
AEW Dynamite was on today, and it
can
was
break
a special.
one chair.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
it was a special blood and guts match between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Golden Elite, and usually they're called the Elite, but they're called the Golden Elite because Kota Ibushi was part of the five group, the 5-man group, and Kota Ibushi in New Japan Pro Wrestling was a tag team with Kenny Omega, who's in the Elite, and they were called the Golden Lovers in New Japan, and they're arguably the best tag team, or one of the best tag teams. They're amazing, and the show was amazing. Also, it had a Better Than You Baby versing. So Better Than You Baby. Okay, I'll be really quick. Better Than You Baby.
We're all
is a-
dying to correct you.
yeah, Better Than You Baby is a tag team of Adam Cole and MJF, which is such a weird pairing, but it's so freaking good. And they were versing Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara, and that was amazing. And anyway, yay!
I do. Thank you for that. I do like the idea of the golden couple being just like the cute little tag team finally reunited.
Oh, it was amazing.
Super
it was
sweet.
so beautiful. And the thing is, like, if I go on, I'll go on. But the Golden Lovers,
Beautiful.
love.
And Gus, you throw up.
Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
Oh, Gus, throw it up.
Gus, throw it up.
throw it
Now
up.
it's time for a little bit back up.
God damn it!
Throw it up under the bus.
That's right. It's a little bit of backup. Just a little bit of backup.
Don't.
Not too much, just a little bit.
Please don't.
This week, as always, it's brought to us by EvilSpyBoy. Check chat for exclamation mark EvilSpyBoy. And why not be just like EvilSpyBoy?
What?
What was that?
One more
Was that
time.
me?
One more time. We got to hear it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Was that me?
I think
know.
so. We change the sound effect every week, but
Is it us?
It's Ruby. No, it's Ruby.
Just-
When we showed Super Mario RPG,
Oh my god, yeah.
and that was a special request from Steph. by the
Yeah,
way.
lovely.
Love you,
Great.
Steph. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
That's my best Adam Cole impression. I'm not talking about wrestling anymore. Be just like EvilSpyBoy and bring some generosity of your own to Food Bank Australia. You can donate at foodbank.org.au and help out just like EvilSpyBoy.
You can stop doing that now.
Does
Does that sound bad?
Yeah, it wouldn't be great.
doesn't sound
Okay.
great.
It's not that bad,
Alright,
but
okay.
it's a little bit.
So, with a little bit of backup, we talk about the freaking news. And the freaking news of the week. What? Why
You're swinging wildly from like baby voice to
Why
Brooklyn.
everybody
I'm just trying to keep
laughing
track.
me? Why everybody laughing me? I'm just a little guy, and it's my birthday.
Can anyone else smell shame right now?
It's really strong over this side of the room.
Yeah, but Screen Australia has announced over $3 million in support to the digital games industry. It feels like this is happening like once a month, where Screen Australia will be like, by the way,
We got money.
we
got
got
a little
money
bit
to
more money.
spend, and we're freaking spending on these video games. But they,
Screen Australia, if you're watching, give us some money.
Money, please.
Why not?
Money.
Show me better games coverage in Australian media with televisions involved, because you are Screen Australia.
Money.
Show me,
Money, please.
and then give me money.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please continue.
but on a serious note,
Definitely the cool
the
couch
news.
tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say the less desperate couch over here.
Look at you
We're
in your
dark
black
we're in dark
t-shirts
colours
and your
over
feet
here.
on the table.
We're fun. We're fresh. We're
We're having a
funky.
great time
We're
over
having
here.
fun.
Fuck your side.
And you know what I said at the start of the show before we started? I said the number one rule is to have fun.
That's true.
So you guys are actually breaking the rules, and I think you should be having more fucking fun.
There was one rule, guys.
There was one fucking rule, and it was to have fun. So we're gonna have fun tonight.
All right.
Anywho, so basically, Screen Australia, they announced over $3 million. $600,000 of that has gone to two First Nations studios. That's Guck and Awesome Black through the First Nations Game Studio Fund, which was just announced, I think, last month.
How do you spell Guck?
It is Guck.
That's my new favorite name for
Oh
a
my God.
studio.
Good.
Maybe
Yeah.
a company.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're currently making Future Folklore, which I actually got a chance to try when I was in Melbourne the other day, and it's just beautiful.
Which is like incredibly beautiful to look at, to then have a company name like, it's lovely, it's made by Guck. And it's
I think
like,
Guck rocks.
I think that's the
So
contrast they
good.
need. It's great.
It's so good. But they've gotten $300,000 in funding each to
Fantastic.
go towards development. And it's very rockin'. And then additionally, $2.4 million in funding is being distributed between 21 local game studios through the games expansion pack. That's something that was announced, I think, last year. And over time, you're seeing more and more money put into the games expansion pack, which freaking rocks. And,
It is awesome.
We've
That's
got a few...
cool that even like the grants organizations are being game appealed.
Totally.
That they call it the game
DLC.
expansion. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think when it was even
Downloadable
announced, I think there was a bit of
coins
eye
for
rolling,
you.
but until they actually pulled the trigger on it, they're like, oh, the money's gone out there. You're like, you're pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Call it what you want.
I love being a
You
gamer.
just, you just leveled up.
Yeah.
Australian governments.
It's someone middle-aged in bureaucracy that just like their kids think they're cool now. So like,
Yeah.
That's all
but
awesome.
there were quite a few games on there that I have either like seen at PAX or I've heard of. And there was iLuri, which is being made by a studio here in New South Wales, represent. It's a 2D hand-drawn co-op exploration platformer where players take on the role of Ailuri, a red panda who rescues endangered animals. It's very, very freaking cute. And
It's too cute.
yeah, I know I've found myself playing more and more of those like side-scrolling, hand-drawn games. And even recently, recently, upcoming game, The Master's Pupil, which is by Pat Naum. He's hand painted the entire thing.
It's
and
crazy.
It's like an ode to Monet, and it's freaking
Monet.
cool.
Why not
It's
take
actually
something
Monet.
intrinsically
Is it
difficult
Monet?
like game development and just add another layer
Yeah.
to it that's like, you
Yeah.
know what, game development, not easy, not hard enough. I'm just going to add painting all my sprites to it as well.
painting.
Also, great to see. It's lovely when there's an Australian tone to the games that they're being supported, but also like they don't have to be. That's the other thing. So it's like Red Panda, freakingly adorable. So it's like nice
Yeah.
to see a bit of range.
And then on the other side of the spectrum, you've got Dark Web Streamer, which rocks. This one's being made by Chantal Ryan. Shout out Chantal, I love you. It's a I love her. She's so cool. She's very cool and awesome and nice. I got to meet her last year at PAX, and she was showing off her game, which is so creepy and amazing.
It's like a combo of like World of Horror and Hypnospace Outlaw.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's a horror RPG, streaming simulator, and a spooky love letter to the old internet. Players take on the role of an occult streamer on the dark web, whose mission is to find the weirdest, creepiest stuff on the internet, bring it back to their stream, and impress their viewers enough to make it to the #1 ranked streamer on the dark web. And the more players engage with the darkness of the web, the more they will find their apartments stalked by demons, spirits, crazed fans, and online enemies as they strive to become the #1 streamer. So yeah, it's,
Props for getting that across as a pitch as
Yeah.
well. Like to get funding behind that and also be like, and just give me a one-liner. All right, here you go. It's like, Jesus Christ.
and
Hang on to your
it's-
seats.
Yeah, I saw it at PAX last year. It's freaking amazing. And the cool thing is all the chat is procedurally generated. And
Just like ours tonight.
yeah, just like us. This chat isn't real. But the software that generates the chat and like the messages, the DMs and stuff like that was created by Chantal. Like she developed it herself.
Amazing.
And so it's super, super cool. It's like, she's so cool. She's so smart. But yeah, this game looks terrifying. I played a little bit of it. It was terrifying. It rocks. It's very cool.
That's right.
Yeah, looks beautiful.
Sign me up.
And then there's Drift City Kings, which is being made in Victoria. It's a story-driven adventure game that combines role-playing and racing elements to create a unique open world where the player can progress and explore at their own pace. That very much sounds like the pitch that they sent to Screen Australia. Set in, how do you pronounce, is it eponymous?
Hippopotamus.
Okay, set in the hippopotamus Melbourne-inspired Drift City. During the late 2020s, a lifelong office worker yearns to break out from their mundane life to fulfill their true calling to become the best drift racer the city has ever seen. I love this art style.
Such a you art style.
Yeah.
And in that, I
It's
mean,
your jumper.
I can't
It's
pick
your
it.
jumper.
This,
Yes.
it's my
on the screen.
It's my jumper core.
You've already got the merch.
It's so cool. It reminds me a lot of like similar visuals to it feels like Sludge Life meets Pizza Tower, if that makes
Pizza
any
Tower
sense.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely see it. Which is like, again, if you're trying to define it by an art style, it's like, it's chaotically bright and MS Paint. It's like, yeah, it's so ugly. It's pretty.
It's proudly yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proudly yuck.
I love it.
It's
I
one of our
freaking love
scents.
it. Yeah. It's beautiful in my opinion. In my personal opinion.
Buffy's getting all kinds of ideas tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Val
Her
Buff.
name? I can't remember.
Drop us a line.
Something.
Valerie Buffy. Buffin?
Yeah,
Buffy. It was Buffy.
Yeah.
Buffy.
Buffy the
Buffy.
Vampire Slayer. Anyway, ding dong. Next one's Feed the Deep. It's made by the guy who made Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, right.
That's
Luke
my mum's
Muscat.
favorite game.
It still
Slay.
rocks, man. I remember when Fruit Ninja came out and was like the phenomenon that it was, and I loved it. And we were making Good Game at the time, and I remember thinking like, this thing just is going crazy, and everyone knows about it. It's one of those games that your parents are playing.
Yeah.
And I think you went out and did a field story at like a
arcade.
retirement village.
Oh,
Maybe you didn't go out and
Yes.
do it.
Yeah, I did.
And it was like being used for physical therapy in like
Yeah.
nursing homes and retirement villages as well. It was like an active thing when they were just projecting onto. It was the Kinect version.
it was the Kinect version that they were using
They
in a
were
retirement
chopping
home.
Oh,
fruit
yeah.
as it was flying
Yeah.
through the air.
Which is everyone's beloved, most that's
The
what they
Kinect.
that's
Yeah.
the most played version, and you can still play it today.
But yeah, Feed the Deep. It does give very much Dave the Diver vibes.
I mean, there's a diver in it.
It's a diver.
Yeah, and it said dive in yellow lettering at the start of
Yeah.
the trailer, which
But,
set itself up for that comparison.
Pretty much. But it's an underwater exploration roguelike game where players can dive into the darkness in search of resources, upgrade equipment, and discover the strange mysteries and secrets of below. So this is very Dave the Diver core.
Diving's coming back in. I don't know when it went out.
We love
Was
to
it ever
dive.
in?
Well, there's
ever in?
actually,
Is it
realized
out?
as I said,
there's
We'll never
actually a
know.
game that I'll talk about later that has a bit of diving in it.
Okay,
but
okay.
that's just a little sneak peek of what's to come. Anyway,
Attitude's back.
The Godfeather. The Godfeather, a mafia pigeon saga. This one's being made in New South Wales. Wepwasant. And it's... I tried this one at PAX as well. It's a mafia pigeon roguelike comedy game where players take on the role of a humble associate in the pigeon underworld, tasked with taking back the old neighborhood from its enemies.
The sign that says Boyd's in the background. Great.
I'm an honest boy making a living. Yeah, it's very that.
Hojo Studios. I interviewed these guys.
Yeah.
They did Nippy Cats at the first PAX that I went to. It's just a two-man team when I first went and interviewed them, but they had a lovely vibe and art style. I'm imagining. Yeah, I haven't seen this game, sorry, but they had a very cool vibe about them. So
Dropping
this
bombs.
is you shitting
Yeah.
on people?
Yeah, as you said, lovely vibe.
And then someone got shat on. I was like,
Yeah, you're in the words of Nicki Minaj, shitted on him. Yeah,
she said that?
Yeah.
Multiple
She's got a
times.
song. Man, I just shitted on him.
And
Your
then-
number
Nice.
two's in the air.
if you did it on him, yeah. She
All right.
rocks.
okay.
But yeah, basically, you're a mafia pigeon that goes around shitting on him, which rocks. Goes hard as hell.
I feel like this is a game that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Like, since I was a kid walking to school, I thought about the magic of a bird Like intentionally shitting on human
I've
beings.
seen
because
like
they
a
do.
person be shat on, and they've been standing with nothing around them for so miles. I'm just like, that had to be on purpose.
Yeah.
That bird had to be like, if I'm gonna shit on something, it may as well be the moving target. So
Yeah. In my head, it's always been that birds are intentionally bombing humans.
Yeah.
So what it makes for a perfect video game.
The first browser game I ever played was a Beavis and Butthead game where you hocked loogies on people below you.
I
Damn.
played
from
that
a bridge.
from a freeway bridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same vibes.
Yep.
It's very cool.
These guys always land on like a great concept. The Nippy Cats was just trying to keep catnip away from kittens. The inflatable one was
Inflatality was the
was a
fighter
fighting
with
game
the-
when you're the wacky wavy inflatable guys.
Oh, okay,
And
yep.
then this one's like just shitting on people. Wait, what? Was
Like
that
Wordle.
They do
Yeah,
a,
there's their own.
they've got their own
bird-
Wordle at the end of it.
Wordle.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah, their one-liner from these devs is always just like, "You're a bird that shits on people." You're like, I'm in. Invest.
That's a much
Yeah.
shorter elevator pitch.
yeah, exactly.
Or
Bird
even
shit on
shorter,
man.
you shit on them.
That looks great.
But yeah, and then there's Letters to Arala, which I saw and was like, is that a little freaking turnip butt? That's going to show up later. But it's an exploration role-playing game where players take on the role of a newly recruited male turnip responsible for delivering letters, parcels, and packages to the island's charming residents. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Dump truck.
There we go.
Good
Little-
freeze
Turnip
frame.
butt alert.
Little ass. I feel like ever since Death Stranding, people have been like, how can we do like the vibe of Death Stranding where you deliver things, except you're also a little cutie.
Well, Lake
You
Lake
know?
was a game that surprised a lot of people. I know Will adores it.
Yep.
And
I
literally,
like Lake as well, actually. I
Josh
enjoyed
also
it.
likes Lake. There you go. That's two
So that's
people
two
like
people
Lake.
who liked Lake in total.
Which beats, it does beat the one person that liked Death Stranding.
That stings. That stings so bad.
Yeah.
But
Woof.
totally, it like
Yeah.
for some reason delivering mail is a phenomenon.
I'm just
in
taking
games.
personal
played-
offense that Norman
mean,
Reedus isn't a
Postal was a
little
thing.
cutie, apparently.
I think Norman Reedus is a little cutie, especially when he's Mpreg. But
The fucking baby he was carrying is definitely not a little cutie.
It was, I mean,
It was cute. It was
I
cute.
forgot.
It was just like a little bit odd.
I like when it went.
Oh, yeah,
I like
that's
that you had to, is it shake the controller to soothe it? But I got it wrong the other time on an episode. I was like, and when the baby cries, you shake it to make it
No,
quiet.
yeah.
And the whole chat was like, no, Gus, no. I was like, sorry, you shake it to soothe it.
You clearly haven't played Babysitting Mama, because when you have the baby in
Yeah.
Babysitting
The baby
Mama,
controller with the
yeah,
Wii
if
motor.
you shake it, she
Yeah.
goes, "No, don't shake the baby."
That's good advice.
It's great.
that I needed.
Don't shake the baby. Don't shake the
But
baby.
You're ready to be a parent.
yeah, and
You
I'm
know
a
everything
mom
there is to
now.
know.
But there was a game that I played, Mail Time. Very cute. Very like it was you know,
MAIL?
MAIL.
Yeah.
Mail
'Cause
Time.
every
That's a
time is
very cool
mail
game.
time. Let's be honest.
I wish it weren't. oh. Anywho, but yeah, it's really freaking cute. You deliver stuff in your little turnip. You love to see it. Very nice. And last but not least, we've got Spiritwell. Spiritwell is a role-playing, story-driven adventure comedy exploration game from solo dev David Chen, where players play as a meek child who runs away from home and falls down a mysterious well into the spirit world. This one I also saw at PAX last year, and one that I've been very, very excited for a while when it got support from VicScreen. It's very...
Some
like,
Undertale vibes.
yeah, very Undertale vibes, but there's no fighting.
Yeah.
Non-violent. Just
Well, it depends how you played Undertale. Ooh.
Oh,
I
People were trying to fight.
I'm
you,
14
no
and
matter
this is
what.
deep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I never ever finished the genocide run of Undertale.
Oh, okay.
I only did neutral. Neutral is an accident, and then every single other time I played it on every single console that it came out
my
on.
God.
I played True Pacifist every single time
Yeah.
because I tried to play the genocide route once after beating it True Pacifist, and I got so upset at the thought of murdering someone. I was like, I can't play this anymore.
That's
and
how
I
that
had
game
to
works.
stop. I had to stop. I felt so guilty.
Can I posit that graphics peaked on the GBA?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They've never been
Games
better.
May have peaked on the
Yeah.
GTA.
Yeah.
They've never been better. That game looks so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like I have a
Beautiful.
real soft spot for like pixel art and like pixel art done right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right. Like just out of my head what was it called? Not Underling. I'm thinking about Undertale. But there was Underhero. Underhero is another game which was just absolutely fantastic, where you played the underling of the bad guy, but you're kind of playing as a double agent because you accidentally kill the hero. And the bad guy's supposed to kill the hero, or the hero's supposed to kill the bad guy, but you're just an underling who's accidentally smushed him with a chandelier. So now you have to take over the role of the hero because you killed the hero, and the timeline needs to keep on going. Yeah, this is Underhero. It fucking rocks. I know, like, this isn't related to what we were talking
we're
about.
tangenting and we're supporting it with footage now,
But,
which is a dangerous path to
if
go
you're
down.
looking for a very, very cool game, just in general, Underhero got me out of a really bad gaming rut where I just didn't want to touch anything, and the thought of getting back into any of the games that I was playing just made me sick. But then I got this one from I don't know if it was a Humble Bundle or an Itch.io bundle, but I started playing it and it just rocked my freaking socks. And this, I feel, is such a good example of pixel art done so
This has got
right.
pixel art, but with some flair to it. I will just say,
Yeah.
like, I agree with you in terms of, like, graphic styles peaking, being a massive nostalgia buff, loving pixel art in general. But I will say, and I'll talk about it later tonight when it comes up, I do need something new on top of it. Like, so many games go for pixel art. I'm sure it is slightly easier to design to, and you can make very cool styles in a simpler form. But it's like, everyone's done it now that I do need to see. That captured my sort of gaze a bit more than now it's just like an art style that can just be a fallback. And I think that the game we just saw as well, the last one you announced, looked stunning.
Spirit World, yeah.
Looks stunning as well, and I think there's a lot that people do, but I need to find something a little more unique, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of examples like Death's Door and stuff that like take just like, I don't know, just a slight art style, even the Drift Life one as well, like that crazy art style for me now is more engaging than going to a pixel art style, just because.
I mean, if a 2D platformer, I'm fine with that being fully pixel art.
We'll talk about this later when you talk about your game. That's what I was hinting at, but yeah. All those games do look great.
They look great, and it's always fantastic news to hear about money going into the industry.
Hell yeah.
Because our industry is booming, and the government, I guess, in the past few years has only kind of just realized, video game make money. We're making money off video games.
They go through cycles, and it's been like sad to see that the video game funding is kind of the first thing to go when time gets tough. Times get tough.
Shouts out to Tony Abbott.
But Screen
his
Australia
fault.
and Screen Victoria in particular tend to be really solid advocates for the game dev scene.
Screen Queensland and Vic Screen were huge.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's what you only ever hear. I thought it was really cool to see that there was New South Wales game developers in that little bunch there.
Totally.
Screen Australia is
I feel
only just kind of catching up. But, you know, any money's good money, and it's so good to see the local industry being supported. There was some more recent news, which, isn't really part of this, but the Bluey game got announced accidentally through the Australian Classification Board, which is very, very cool, except it's not being made by an Australian studio, which feels like such a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But you pointed out it's the merchandising and global distribution rights are held by the BBC because that was done in partnership with the ABC, who originally funded the shows. So it's kind of out of their hands, I think, which is
It's still a
unfortunate.
bummer, though.
Such
And
shit.
Yeah, totally.
It's interesting as well because I don't know if it was this exact studio that's making the Bluey game, but the publishers, Outright Games, also did the Peppa Pig game.
Yes.
And the Peppa Pig game wasn't made by a UK studio, which I just find really interesting. Is like, you've got local talent, why not let them shine?
Yeah.
You know? But the Australian one, Bluey hurts a bit more because it's like Bluey is so deeply Australian that it feels like it does feel like a missed
And it
opportunity.
hasn't really misstepped from all I can tell in terms of the show and how it's been branded and how it's been like sold in the merchandising as well. So don't fuck it up. Like,
I
seriously.
guarantee you, they won't pay for her voice. It's going to be some.
Well, you were saying the Peppa Pig
The Peppa Pig game, they
has sound-alikes.
Yeah, they're all sound-alikes except Peppa Pig.
Oh, okay.
Which they clearly deemed
There've
the
been like
character
4
worthy of
Peppa
paying for.
Pigs.
That's true. Yeah, in terms of the voices
games.
going through.
Oh
Getting
right,
too old
just
to do
There's
it.
only one
yeah,
Bluey
okay.
so
Yeah,
far.
see, I don't have kids.
Yeah.
So
The
I don't
sad
care.
thing
You
is,
have a dog.
I would probably
Okay.
know this anyway.
I do have a dog. But you could replace her voice with any other voice.
But
and
as the
it'd
only
probably be
parent, have you? Oh, your kids are a bit older to watch.
Oh no,
Bluey,
we
are they?
like Bluey is like we watch it religiously.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got a 2-year-old niece, and
Oh, okay, right.
her love of it got my kids back into it after thinking they were a bit too old for
It's
it.
just
Yeah.
good. It's
yeah,
just
it's
good.
so solid. It reminds
It's
me of like
fantastic.
it actually reminds me of like very early Simpsons.
Yeah.
In that it is like just like family.
It knows who it's
family
talking
stuff.
to above its audience,
Yeah.
and like again, watching the show and how beautiful. And there's even a few people who watch this show who are animators or have done some artwork for Bluey, and to see that game get the love and attention that like bad comparison, but like the South Park game gets, like the Stick of Truth and stuff. Like
yeah.
to see that show transitioned perfectly into a game that feels like an episode of the show would be amazing. Like I would play the shit out of that. And they did it with Peppa Pig because they do have Peppa Pig's a more rudimentary art style than I would say Bluey. But the Peppa Pig game is pretty
Yeah.
good by all accounts.
I was at a
Yeah.
friend's house. Shouts out to my beautiful friend George. I was hanging
George
out.
from Peppa Pig, his
you know-
her little brother.
George with his dinosaur. But I went to my friend George's house because I was hanging out with my other friend Claudia, and they're in love. But shouts out Claudia, I love you. But I was
don't have
at
footage for that, so
their
keep
house,
going.
right? And Claudia was like, "Oh, you can download like any games you want on the PlayStation. You know, if you want to play anything." And I was like, well, Peppa Pig is on the PlayStation Plus catalog, so why don't I just get that? And turns out any game that gets downloaded onto the PlayStation, George gets a notification for on his
you
phone.
get a purchase receipt even if it's $0. It's like
Yeah.
you bought this game.
So he's at work and he just gets a notification on his phone saying, "My friend Peppa Pig downloaded." And
Children have broken into my
Oh
apartment
God,
again.
they know how to
he
get
messaged us being like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Someone let the preschool into my apartment.
Yeah. Anyway,
getcha.
10 out of 10. Actually, we could have platinumed that game, except the problem was I had to get George's dinosaur. George the pig.
We really should move on.
Okay. Really quick. I'll speed run it. I had to get George's dinosaur out of the tree, but then I decided to go do something else, and then I
Zoom in
went back
more.
to the
Closer.
tree.
I
think that's what we
I
can do.
couldn't go back to get the tree, and so I couldn't get the dinosaur, and so I couldn't 100% it. Well, anyway, what have we been playing?
It'd be great if we've all been playing Peppa Pig.
What have we been playing? What have we been freaking playing? And of course,
Every time
and
you
of
say
course, it's been what have we been playing? Music.
No,
No, don't do it. It's gonna mess it up. What have we been playing? It's sponsored by beloved Back Pocket Patreon supporter and legal guardian.
yes.
BuriBuri, BuriBuri, baby. And
Oh, these are people. I thought they were like
people.
like brands that make like
No.
gaming chairs.
Well, they're technically-
they kind of sound like they could
Well,
be.
that's, I mean, that was
brands.
the sell for that. That's
yeah.
us, but we sell the slots to the audience as
Right.
opposed to Hyper.
I
or
love my
whatever.
comfortable new BuriBuri chair.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
we make ads for them as well, and we just take their name and extrapolate that into a fictional product that we then make a full ad.
Oh, you should
that you'll see in the
you should
ad
have a
breaks.
Patreon tier where you turn them into a gamer chair.
Well, we owe
Yeah.
BuriBuri an ad, so
We
maybe
do,
we can make a
actually.
gaming chair, a
Yeah.
BuriBuri
A
gaming chair.
BuriBuri style gaming chair that
Yeah.
gives you legal advice when you sit in it.
Yeah.
Lumbar support,
Get off
legal
me.
support.
Legally, you can't sit on me.
Lumbar support, legal support is good.
That's pretty good. The ad's writing itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Take it away,
Did you guys pass the lumbar?
Oh,
Josh, I like it. I like it. That's a good one.
that's some highbrow stuff in what has so far
freaking
been
good
a fairly lowbrow episode.
But in honor of BuriBuri, we like to get a funny little legal fact, and I thought this one was funny. So I'm going to say it out loud. In British Columbia, it is illegal to kill a Sasquatch or Bigfoot if one is ever found. So if you do see a Sasquatch, you have to bring it in alive, not
Only in
dead.
British Columbia.
You can only marry
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you have to marry the
Ah,
Bigfoot Sasquatch.
Keep the bloodline strong. All right.
I love the idea that like, hey, it might not be real, but if it is, don't
shoot it.
You
Do you
can't.
think?
You can't
Do you
kill
think
it.
just to bring everything down to a rational level for a moment, people go to areas where they like think they've spotted a Bigfoot, and they all go out with cameras and they want to find it, and they might be in their national parks and things like that. Do you think they are preventing people going out with rifles as well in America? Because it's that thing of people going and wanting to get a photo, but there's probably Americans out there. Where's British Columbia? Is it
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
There's probably Canadians out there who want
They
to
would
hunt
be.
it, and they'd be out there with rifles all aiming at each other, and they might spot another hairy hunter and be like, Sasquatch, fire. Oh, you got two dead hunters
British
in your
Columbia.
hands.
It's Canada, isn't it?
Where's
Yeah.
British
Yeah.
Columbia? Yeah,
I thought Nope, I'm not going to say that out loud.
Fair enough. My point being, they're just putting
South America?
less hunters out there. Where is it?
I
Britain?
just
Near
thought
the British schools.
There
Is
was-
it Britain or Colombia?
There's definitely a part of me that thought that British Columbia was just like the other word for Canada. So like Canada is the British Columbia.
Like how we were the New Holland at one point.
Yeah.
Canada's the
We're the
British
newest
Columbia.
of the southern Wales over here currently.
true.
So
Yeah.
it's the Britishers of the Columbias.
Right? Anywho.
The Columbians.
I'm going to go first because I'm going to freaking talk about my new favorite game. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, baby. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is being developed by Sunblink Games. It's a life sim adventure game, which is basically what if Animal Crossing was all about being best friends
this
with
Fortnite?
Hello Kitty?
That was
yes.
my first question as well.
That was the battle bus, and now you've got to shoot SpongeBob. Is he in Fortnite yet?
Kratos.
I don't
There
know
we
if he
go,
is.
Kratos, and
Cheese
also
there.
The Witcher. But I have been given the
you
opportunity
just get one rubber?
to preview. Yeah, you. So rubber's one of the. Wait, I'm gonna lose my track.
Yeah, right. Stay on target.
Yeah, well, I gotta. Basically, you get dropped off on this beautiful island where you live. You live and you have to, but it's trash. It's washed up because my Melody, who's a cute little rabbit, she decides to open up a shop on this island, and it used to have this amazing theme park, but then they get there and it's run down. So it's your job to bring it back to its former glory. So imagine if Animal Crossing New Horizons, the island was a theme park. And it's that. So
And instead of trying to build your house and home, you're trying to restore a park. It's giving you a
Yeah.
long-term goal to earn a lot of time in.
yeah, exactly. And so it's you get to make your own little character, and you choose between a bird, a cat, or a dog. Although the developers have said that they want to add more options in the future.
Fishman. Fishman.
So hopefully, Fishman.
But a fishman fishing. There's something you can't do that.
So I'm just going to watch this monkey solve this puzzle because it was just having this real moment of introspection going, switch, stairs.
It's funny. It looks
nailed
like a monkey. It's actually a lion. That's
What?
a mane.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But you can be a lion?
So like it's a
Oh,
cat.
a cat. Like
you know.
Yeah, of course.
But it's really freaking cute. It's really freaking fun. There's so much to do, but the good thing is like it doesn't feel overwhelming, and like it has the Animal Crossing thing of like stopping you from playing the whole day. So it's
in how? Sorry.
in the sense of like there's only so much you can do in a day before like
Yep, sure.
you're just
You
kind
can
of
hand in
running around doing
X amount
nothing.
of fossils before
Yeah.
the museum's like.
And that's a day
we're
in the
busy.
game, not
yeah,
a
but
day
it's
IRL.
not a okay. So it's like half real time clock, half not. In
Okay.
the sense that like it's not a real time clock because like day and night cycle is going around every 20-25 minutes.
Sure.
But you get daily rewards and your gift giving refreshes every day. So you can give
24 hours.
Yeah, every 24 hours. So you can give 3 gifts each day to each of the Sanrio characters. And then that refreshes each day.
And gift giving is I take it the gift giving is a big part of what is fixing the area.
Yes.
You're gifting things that are making the town better. But
but
progressing
also
the
gifting to become better friends with them.
Yeah, cool.
So like, sure, bringing the islands back to life is a big part of it, but another big part of it, like the main thing, is like you are becoming besties with these Sanrio characters. Like you have to bring up their friendship levels and become besties with them.
How many Sanrio characters can you guys name besides Hello Kitty?
Literally none. I don't know what
Karakarapy?
Sanrio
well
is.
done.
Yeah.
That's it. The frog.
The frog.
No, but wait.
Wait, Karakarapy?
Yeah, Carapace.
That's the-
Karapi, yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh,
yeah.
well, yeah.
I've got the because I had the socks that said Carapi.
Wait, it was
Yeah.
3?
I would have
it's
recognized.
correct.
It is just Karapi, but
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
He
right.
has a full. I don't
My
know.
sister had like
Yeah.
a pencil case of
That's Hello Kitty.
him.
You nailed it.
One, yeah.
You're a
Fucking,
genius.
I'm
Which
so
one?
good at this. The kitty.
There we go. Yeah.
proud of himself.
And the yellow one's Pom Pom Purin.
That's my son's favorite character.
Yeah.
But
And-
He has a visible butthole.
yes,
That's what
he
makes
does.
him.
Son?
Yeah.
All sons have a
Potty
visible
training is
butthole.
going
All sons have a butthole. Yeah.
Yeah.
The moral of the story: all sons have a butthole. It's true.
Is there like a hierarchy of in terms of in the real world? Because Hello Kitty is the brand, or is the one that...
No, so Sanrio is the brand.
So Sanrio is the brand, but
And-
Hello Kitty is the one that's the most...
she
probably the
was
biggest
in like
character.
in the 70s was the most popular character, but since then there have been other characters.
Okay.
And every year they have like a popularity poll, which when I was in
wow.
Japan I actually got to vote physically. When you buy something from a Sanrio store, they give you these little discs,
Yeah.
and you put them over the knob of your favorite character. and my favorite character is Hungiodon, the
He is
fish
now.
man.
Fish
Fish
man.
man.
Okay, so it
Fish man.
exists.
And I was stoked to see that he is in this game. They've gone really, really deep with I feel like all the top 20 most popular characters and then some.
That's
are in
crazy.
this
Yeah.
game. And like,
Yeah, I had such a surface level understanding. I only know what Hello Kitty is. I saw pencil cases when I was in high school and assumed that Hello Kitty was the brand and that it didn't really have any existing lore or characters around that. But is there like TV shows and stuff around this?
yeah,
Oh my God,
there's tons of stuff in Japan, obviously,
Yeah.
but then there's a YouTube series called Hello Kitty and Friends,
Okay.
which is made in America, and most of the characters are in that.
Yep.
But the most popular character now is a dog called Cinnamoroll, who has a tail that looks like a cinnamon bun.
Yeah, and
Okay, fair enough.
Cinnamoroll.
I reckon I've seen.
That's my daughter's
that
favorite character.
Yeah.
Cinnamoroll is
Shout
in
out Tilly.
charge. Shout out to Tilly.
Does she have a butthole?
Peter!
Shout out Archie's butthole.
Okay,
Shout out to
cool.
But Cinnamoroll is in charge of fast travel in this game. And
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I
And-
love that
and
they're now
it's
giving
ar-
game
to
mechanics.
give to a
arguably
flying dog
the
with the cinnamon
tiniest
bun tail.
character out of all of them, because like they're all sized the same, but Cinnamoroll's tiny.
But then I see there's tiny little Gudatamas, the lazy egg.
So Gudetama's all over the island, and he's like in different poses and stuff, and you've got to take pictures of him.
Wait,
Yep.
sorry, hang
to
on.
collect?
That's not the lazy egg
Yeah.
yolk? That's from this universe?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Sanrio.
Really? You've
And-
seen that?
And
I probably.
You definitely have.
Have you two ever been on Netflix and seen a Gretsuko? It's
Maybe.
like she's like a little raccoon.
She is
Or a cat.
a red panda.
Red
Oh, yeah,
panda,
okay.
a little red panda, and she looks like she's singing death
She has
metal.
she has a boring office job, but then she gets her rage out by doing death metal karaoke.
Amazing. I reckon I would recognize the characters.
so
if I saw
Retsuko's
them,
in this
but
as well.
Retsuko's in it as well.
Hell yeah.
So it's Hello Kitty, my
I've never seen that in my life.
Hello
It's fucking
Kitty,
amazing. It's
my
very cute.
melody,
Yeah, It's Gudetama.
Tuxedo Sam, Pom Pom Purin, Cinnamoroll, Karopi, Choco Cat,
they
Batsmaru,
Have they been
Batsmaru,
adding to these since the 7th? Like,
Karomi.
Yeah, there's always
yeah.
there's new characters added every year.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
awesome.
right. So,
So
There's a Sanrio theme park in Tokyo.
not surprised. Well, I would have assumed there's a Hello Kitty
Yeah.
theme park,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's theme.
there might be, and if you scrub a little bit, Josh, that I saw a piece of footage of this that I was like,
You
'cause
probably
I'm
went,
not,
"Whoa!"
I'm not super interested in this. I
there's
am
Cinnamoroll.
in the same way that I'm interested in Animal Crossing. I like Animal Crossing. I reckon I would really like this. The more I hear about this, the more I think this is probably a way better game than Animal Crossing.
All the puzzles and stuff in it. It's so
Yeah. The fact
appealing.
that it looks like it's-
gamified bits. Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
so funny when
But sorry, I was just going to say, there's
Yeah,
a
go
piece
on,
of
go on.
footage when you, there's a whole underwater area, right? Like
Yeah.
it's way more open than what Animal Crossing lets you do.
Oh, yeah.
Which to me feels quite restrictive, and then stops you playing. Whereas all the underwater scuba diving stuff looks like it just added a whole nother dimension to this game. Where I was like, oh wow, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, because so
I don't think it's in this reel, but yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
it is Hangyodon. He's the funny fish man. He's in it.
The adorable,
and
beautiful boy.
but he's your favorite character. And he's got a comedy club underwater.
Fuck.
And
God, this rules.
so you and so to go underwater, you have to get a mermaid outfit, and then you can dive down and you become a mermaid to go
to the
explore,
comedy club.
To go to the comedy
That's
club.
amazing.
And there's a
Game of
whole
the year.
there's a whole quest where you have
Honestly.
to repair the mermaidifier, so then everyone can turn into a mermaid and go to the comedy club.
But you're right.
Amazing.
That feels so much more like a video game than what the limitations Animal Crossing had of just like maintaining the island or restoring your home. Like that's a world to explore. That's them going crazy with
And the
their
hooks
marketing.
of it are great.
Yeah.
But they're also way more limited than what I've
Yeah.
seen out of that.
And
yeah.
also pointing out, as you said, there's limitations on things, daily rewards, but it is an Apple Arcade game. So
Yeah. So
nothing
I'd say the
predatory,
biggest
there's no
limitation of all is
Yeah.
that it's an
Yeah.
Apple Arcade game.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Pros and cons. Pro, Apple Arcade means that there's no microtransactions in it at
Yep.
all and no ads. Con, it means that not as many people can play it, which is a bit of a bummer. I would say that like games especially successful games, don't usually stay Apple exclusives for long.
Yeah. It's usually
Isn't that
12
on-
months.
Yeah.
Isn't that on-
Exclusivity.
I hope that's coming to Switch because
Yeah.
like that just feels right on that platform. Or I mean everything, but in particular that would look
It
stunning on it.
So I have an insane amount of Sanrio merch in my house.
Yeah.
We're a Sanrio family, and we also play
I
a
keep
lot of
thinking you're
games.
saying San Remo and you're like obsessed with like pasta.
basic average pasta.
San Dimas High School. That's right. Yeah, so, their football rules. But there's been no good video games. I have a
Really?
SNES, it was a Famicom game, Famicom game, where it's like a competitive dodgeball game where you play as a few of the characters. That rules. There's been nothing good since then.
Yeah, wow.
Mm.
They always make some dog shit,
was
like
gonna
kart racer game.
Yeah,
and
right.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's so cool. Like this is probably going to be my most played game of the year because me and my kids can both play. The three of us can play it on our devices and just leave my wife out of
My wife,
out of family.
She's not welcome on the island.
yeah.
She's got an Android phone.
It rocks. It's so much fun. It's
Very
really
cool.
neat. And like it seems, I got the chance to talk to the developers, which was a whole lot of fun. I asked them if they plan to add any other characters. They said they're going to be adding characters super regularly. They're a pretty small studio from Colorado, and they seem like huge Sanrio fans. So they're super excited about adding to the game. They want it to be a living game where it just keeps going, and things keep getting added to it. And it's just on what I've played so far. It feels like a really full experience.
It looks
They're
polished
awesome.
as.
I
Well, the
don't-
game, it's
Yeah.
out next week.
Okay.
So it's like it is upon us.
Yeah.
I want them to add. My favorite character is after Hangyodon, of course.
Of course, fish on.
Karimi-chan,
Which is
Let me guess.
so
Karimi-chan
creamy-
is
you're
a
actually genuinely never gonna get this.
is a coffee.
No,
Damn it.
It's a reptile.
no,
Oh, okay. A bird.
no.
Stop guessing.
Ooh,
Yeah, one
Do you know
guess.
who Karimi-chan is? Karimi-chan is a piece of salmon with a little face and a
It's
body.
another fish.
yes, it's got
Oh
a
wait,
little
no, it's
salmon
like a
head.
piece of
A
salmon.
piece of salmon, like a piece of
Oh,
grilled
that
salmon.
world is fucked.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god, you're gonna have
rough.
conversations with a
meets-
piece of salmon.
That meets your other favorite character, and they're just like, you're just part of my flesh.
Exactly,
I'm not
yeah.
anthropomorphized into a piece of merchandising that I'll have in a pencil case.
But Hello Kitty Island Adventure is coming out next week on Apple Arcade. It rocks. It's heaps of fun.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And next, Levins.
Oh,
What
cool.
game are you talking about?
So have you guys ever wanted to shoot someone with your umbrella?
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Definitely the ones that have the hooked handle.
I used to always wanted to, like, when I was a kid, like, be the penguin, but with his umbrella.
With none of the physical
DeVito.
deformities.
no,
and
just
mainly
a cool
the
umbrella that could shoot
Yeah.
people.
We
Yeah.
meant the extended ones that you can pop like a foot. Like I used to hit people in the head with that at school.
Or in
the
Right.
gun.
So
Sure,
you'd like
yeah.
go behind someone on the tram and just go dunk. hit 'em
The
with
answer
that.
is a unanimous yes.
Yeah, great.
Go on, please tell us more.
So I've been playing a game called Gunbrella.
Awesome.
And it is a game published by Devolver Digital and made by a company called Doinksoft, who previously made the cat-themed Metroid game Gato Roboto.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
3 years
Roboto.
ago.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, Devolver are like one of my favorite studios. Just they put out a lot of very diverse indie games, but I feel like I haven't really played like a banger of theirs in a while. And they're really closing out this year with like I think 3 like sure things that I'm gonna love. This
Is one of them Plucky Squire?
The Plucky Squire,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Oh,
that
yeah.
cool
Ooh,
like
yeah.
Aussie devs.
I
Aussie
believe so.
devs, yeah, with
Yeah.
possible futures.
and then the other one is one called Pepper Grinder, which
Yeah.
is like a platformer game where you like, grind through
Peppa
the
Pig lands in the grinder.
That's right, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
You eat,
And that's how the sausage is
her up.
made.
That's
Yeah.
how the sausage gets
Literally.
made.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Doinksoft have this new game. I don't know when it's coming out. It's this year, but they're going very hard on releasing the trailers and stuff. I feel like it might be a surprise release at some point.
Yeah.
I was sent a preview build, and the main reason I said yes to it is because I bought a Steam Deck earlier this year,
Ooh,
and
nice.
it arrived the day before I went to Japan for a month.
Perfect.
So I just didn't take it with me. I just was like, I don't want the pressure of having this.
Wait, what? Oh,
I've got kids and stuff. It's also,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
also
fair
enormous. It's bigger than one of my kids. It's a pretty portable console.
Yeah.
And then came back and Tears of the Kingdom came out.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I hit that point where I'm like, I feel like the 100-hour mark on that.
Yeah.
I don't want to just rush to the ending, but also like, how much longer am I going to keep playing this?
That is where Gus and I are
Yeah,
with it as well.
I'm still
ending-
loving it, but like, I just keep seeing like, like pixel art 2D games, which is like my true calling as a gamer, and I miss them. So I jumped in on this. It's a preview build. It's like the first couple hours of this game. In it, you play a dude with a beard and no wife because she gets murdered at the start.
Yeah.
Aww.
No wife. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Sad Borat, the new character, taking the world by storm. You not only do you not have a wife, but you in her place you have a mysterious weapon, which is a gun that's also an umbrella.
It's an okay trade.
It's like a shotgun, but then you can put the umbrella out with alternating trigger buttons. So the umbrella can be a shield, but it can also aid in your maneuvering around the land.
You can Mary Poppins around?
Yeah,
So you
rocks.
can float, but then you can also use it to like gain momentum through the air or when you're swimming. It's endless uses, and you can upgrade the Gunbrella as you progress through the game. So it's also got a really charming, considering your wife gets a surprisingly charming story, considering it opens with your wife being murdered. But you meet tons of characters. There's really funny dialogue from all the characters you meet, and then like really great combat with the Gunbrella. You're taking on a lot of enemies that take one or two shots, but occasionally it reminds me a lot of another developer published game, Katana Zero, but it's a lot less bullet time. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it. I didn't realize it wasn't the full game, so it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's funny, like there's a lot, and we were talking about this, there's a lot of pixel art games, there's a lot of 2D side-scrolling games that people are trying to make these work, and there's so many of them, and they're all pretty good because the formula is good. It's how they make themselves distinct.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about this game, other than because you can say there's an umbrella that's a gun.
Yeah,
So-
the fact that the way you are getting around is the bigger
Platforming
movement.
feels
Yeah, it's so tight.
Yeah, cool.
And once you get the hang of, if I bounce off the wall, I'll then be able to bring out the umbrella at the apex of my jump, and then I'll glide up there, and then sometimes you'll go from screen to screen without even touching the ground.
Yeah,
because
awesome.
you're so used to the way
Okay,
the
cool.
umbrella
That's
works. I started playing on hard and was having no trouble at all.
I think by default it sits on hard when
Yeah,
you
and I
start
was
a
like,
game.
okay,
Because
I'll just
hard,
go
you're like,
hard.
well, if that's kind of what you're recommending.
But then I got to the boss, and the boss was just the biggest bullet
That
sponge.
first boss that you hit, the big eyeball bounces
yeah.
around, is a real difficulty curve. I picked this up too, played the preview as well.
So did I.
And I enjoyed parts of it. I was really taken aback by, and I know this is what I said last week as well, there's a lot more story and characters and towns than I was expecting. I thought this was going to be a bit of a Super Meat Boy,
Sure.
Celeste style, just level for level action kind of
That
platformer.
is so crazy because Super Meat Boy and Celeste are like two story.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. They're
Celeste
story heavy,
Celeste
but this
definitely.
Celeste especially.
totally, and I love that in them. But I found this started a lot slower, considering I thought the game literally starts with a title card that goes like Gunbrella, and you're like, "That's I just put."
I thought it was gonna be like Broforce.
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
$2 in the arcade, and then it's like you're on a slow tugboat to a town
Yeah.
dealing with your dead wife. I'm like, I want my $2 back. Like, get me to the action. And I think the story.
Why is it taking so long for me to find my dead wife?
Just die already.
So yeah, I would just say like I found all the platforming and all the shooting actually really tight. I would say I just found it a little front heavy with some of the narrative stuff. Obviously, we're just playing the preview, and I was like,
this was the same story last week.
It was,
I was sitting
yeah.
over there, and you're like, get story out of my fucking game.
there's
Yeah.
smarter ways that you can get the narrative to play catch up once you get into
I
the
would agree.
game.
I if it's dialogue that I can scroll through quickly, I generally don't have that much of a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I got to one bit where there's a library that you're in, and there's like every time you click on a book in a bookcase, it gives you like a 6 click through dialogue. And I'm like, that's fine, you could ignore that. Until one of the puzzles was find the book that opens the door.
Yeah, and,
and
it's
so
like, there's like 4 you can choose from.
I know that was by 2. Lemons by 2. I was like, I don't want to read any more dialogue. Just open the door. And so, yeah, I think I was just taken aback. I was watching the trailer. I thought this would be just a balls to the wall normal kind of action game. And I was like, oh, there's actually a deep RPG in here that's got heaps of dialogue, that's got heaps of interesting characters, that's got RPG elements in it too. And I think knowing that when I go into the main game, when it's full release, I'll probably appreciate it more than the sort of 3 hours I played.
That's the thing. I think you'll find that when the full game is released, the front isn't actually going to feel that much.
Contextually,
because there's more
it's
game after the end
But
of
I
the
will say that
preview.
boss came out of nowhere like a freight train.
Oh,
Like, it
that boss is
just
crazy.
And I'm sorry, I may have missed this. Is this Metroidvania or is it level based?
probably more Metroidvania. I would say there's towns that are hubs.
Yeah, but there'll be like areas you can't access at first, but it's not because you haven't got the right weapon upgrade. It's because you need to do
The
a mission.
story
You need to do
has
a
to-
mission for
Yeah,
someone.
true.
Find somebody.
Okay, cool.
So it's more just like it's like an action platformer.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it plays well on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that is a great device. I'm glad I bought it.
That's justifying that purchase. I'd say the coolest thing about the umbrella is probably the shield, I'd say, Gunbrella, I should say, and like the parry that it's got.
Yep.
Outside of that, the small upgrades, I've seen some footage in the trailer that looks like it's far more diverse than, it's got more abilities than it has just in the preview build. Because I was sort of done with it once I got to the boss. I was like, maybe I missed an upgrade or two. Did you upgrade anything? in the process?
After you beat the boss, you can get to the next town. You can upgrade it.
Well, that's where I didn't get fast.
You just gotta get good, mate. You just gotta get.
I clearly have to,
get a little
Because
bit
the
good.
second boss is so much more fun than that first
Oh, really?
boss. Yeah, it's
All
like
right,
a
that's enough
big
of a reason.
demonic rat.
It also sent me to the sewers way too quick for a video game. It made me go to the sewers like
So
3
that-
times.
And if anything,
Yeah.
like the sooner you go to the sewers, the better.
All right.
Mario
Also,
sent
you
you to
can-
the sewers straight away.
Also, you can collect rats, and then you can sell them to someone, and he cooks them for you, and then you can eat them for health.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I remember that
that
part.
might
and being
come
like,
up
this
in a
rocks.
later segment,
Yeah.
but it won't.
So this doesn't have a release date yet, does it? It's just can't.
It
But
doesn't,
soon.
but it's.
I've
yeah,
played this
slated for
preview
23.
twice, and weirdly enough, I found myself playing it in different ways each time. I said, first of all, I saved my money the second time I played it, because the first time I played it, I spent all my money in one go, and then it used
Trying to
all
bring
my
your wife
items.
back?
Yeah, there was a really expensive option to bring my wife back, but it had it
Resurrection
in,
charm,
it
yeah.
had it in quotations.
Yeah.
It said, "Bring your
it's a
wife
bunch
back."
of dead rats taped together, wasn't it?
I gave them all that money, and he was like, "I can't do that," but then he didn't give me my money back.
That's so rude.
No, can you imagine? That would be funny. They should
Well,
add
there
that.
is at one point you do a mission where you have to find someone's jewel, but 2 people claim it's theirs.
Yeah.
And so you have to decide which one you're going to give it to. And I think depending who you choose, you get different upgrades in the future.
Well, yeah, the
awesome. I
dev
love
said there's choices. There's that, which is rare in these games. Like there's actual choices that'll pay off later down the line, which I really appreciate, because sometimes those 2D retro platformers can feel very linear and straightforward and A to B
absolutely.
level stuff. But yeah, as I said, I was really surprised that it was this noir style. Yeah, kind of Lovecraftian,
hell.
And
sad.
It gets a lot better once you beat that first boss. Because actually in a Super Metroid-esque kind of way, you have to escape that first area while things pursue you. And
Okay.
every time you kill them,
Oh,
they come
cool.
back, and yeah, it's got a lot to it. I really like this game a
Yeah,
lot.
that's awesome. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I find so many of these games, they're just going so hard into the run-based thing. Like it's always their roguelike as well. And
No, see, I hate-
And
I-
I just can't do.
yeah.
I
I
get
got no
over
time
that
for
so
roguelikes,
quickly. So I
but
like that
I
there's
love
story. I
those.
like that there's choice.
Yeah, here we
I
go.
like that
Variety's
plays back into it
important,
later.
But yeah.
What's the difference between roguelike and roguelite?
A roguelike is like a direct reference to rogue, and if you die, you lose everything. Roguelites are typically you're keeping
Run-based.
some progression.
So
So
like Hades.
Hades is rogue light.
light.
Yeah.
You are
Roguelike.
carrying back something like a currency that you can spend for permanent upgrades that you can take for future runs, but you
Yeah.
will lose something in that,
But
in that
then
run. Your progress.
Death's Door would be roguelike.
Yeah, where there's no.
Death's Door's
no, that's
not really.
roguelike.
I
Oh,
haven't
That's
played
just
Death's Door.
it's not really a roguelike though.
You don't
Roguelike.
get anything when you
really?
die.
This could be a
Death's
whole
Door's
segment.
that's
where
a,
we
that's
just
just a, that's
worked
just a
it
regular
out.
action game.
Like or light?
I say I go with light just to be safe these
Okay.
days. And then if
Sponsored by
people-
Bud. Like.
but like,
Oh, okay.
no, cool. It's also, I think it is coming to Switch as well. And I need to play that in handheld, so I'm gonna check it out when it's PC and Switch, I think.
Sounds like
Gunbrella.
a
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Thank-
speaking,
Yes, you can play it on PC and handheld with a Steam Deck.
There it is.
Living the dream.
and speaking of Gus, what
That
have
is
you been
true.
playing?
Speaking of me, another game I put off, but I've seen a lot of, much like Gunbrella, was Viewfinder that came out on Tuesday, I think. And this got a lot of hype when it was first announced because people went, "What? That doesn't make sense. You can't do that." And
Oh my God.
yeah,
You can't do that.
So
Viewfinder is
cool.
by Sad Owl Studios, and a demo came out for this during, I think it was Next Fest, was
Yep,
around
Steam
the time
Next
it came
Fest.
out. So a lot of people have played the opening sort of hour of this and had a chance to witness the mind-breaking level of puzzles that this game puts out there. I specifically didn't play the demo because I wanted to experience this and play the whole game, and I'm about 3 hours into it.
So cool.
Isn't it just the most
And it
impressive
is
thing?
magic. Like, it is kind of like it. The comparison to Portal is there, and it totally checks out in terms of the first time you experience doing these world-breaking puzzles by taking images, photos, artworks, and placing them in the world and creating geometry around them and disrupting the geometry that's there. It feels like you are inside a game, pulling it apart, breaking
Yeah.
it. But it just works. It works so well. The game itself, first-person puzzler, which is not usually my sort of my brand. I wasn't a big fan of The Witness. I kind of hate
It
getting.
feels very The Witness.
It totally does, but I hate getting stuck on a puzzle in first person. I don't like being in a puzzle I'm stuck in. I hated Myst. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Why
But
it was on
also,
my
like-
family computer, I don't know. But
The Witness was a bit up its own ass as well.
oh look,
I
but
feel like
Talos
Viewfinder
Principle,
isn't
those
that.
kind of games, like
Yeah.
I hate being
Maquette. I hated that one.
Maquette was that was probably the closest I got to enjoying one because I think what this one does is has the creativity behind it. Like it doesn't feel.
Well,
Yeah.
like if you, I mean, this looks like The Witness in a lot of ways.
In an art style, yeah.
In an art style. Like The Witness, it was an open world ish first person game where there were areas where there were types of puzzles, and there were puzzles that you could do on a piece of paper. Basically,
mazes.
they weren't a game engine idea come to life. Where when you said Portal, because I didn't really think about it in a Portal sense at all until you said it. Portal was brilliant because you couldn't do that with anything other than a video game.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I experienced puzzles in a video game where people like, that literally you're not thinking with portals was why you weren't solving the problem.
Yeah.
And this, you're not thinking with the viewfinder lens is why you're not solving the problem. Not because you don't understand how the mathematics of this puzzle works or how the lines connect. This is a game engine puzzle.
And there are puzzles in The Witness that you can only solve one way.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there are
They're
puzzles
all-
in this.
They're all
Only one way to
Yeah, that's
solve
true,
it.
yeah. There are puzzles in this which maybe you can only solve one way, but it felt like it was my way. It felt
Yeah.
like I came up with that.
As soon as you hear a reviewer say, I had to get a pen and pencil out to solve some of the puzzles in Witness, I'm like, fuck off.
I'm specifically playing video games so I don't have to go analog, baby.
This
I
reminds
sold all
me.
my pens for video games.
This reminds me of one of my favorite puzzle games, which was on the phone, called Gorogoa. Did you? It's,
No, I
it's,
don't
an,
know.
It's an Annapurna game.
Oh, okay.
cool.
I think it's just on the regular app store. It'd be like $6 or whatever. But you have four pictures, and you can move them around the screen, and you can get elements, a picture like a photo, and drag it to one of the other ones.
Oh,
and
I think
you
I've
can
seen
change
this.
the environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. And my kids, even though it's quite difficult, they'll work on that together.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm getting such
Well,
Gorogoa vibes right now. guys.
Yeah, and a few people have said in the chat as well, Superliminal. It gives very much.
Oh, was that the
Superliminal
size
vibes.
Oh, we got a lot
Yeah.
of Gorogoa heads
The-
in the chat.
Yeah.
Gora heads. That's not a
But,
thing.
yeah,
But it
we
is
are.
now.
It's a
There are
thing.
dozens
There
of
are
us.
This bit broke my brain. For instance, this is me realizing that for the first time I could use a photo, and when I'm like, surely you can't place that. What'll it do? Completely destroys the geometry and lets me get into this area that I needed the battery. And when I went and picked up the battery, I was like, I hadn't clicked straight away. I'd carved half the battery out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
And so I was like, why isn't the battery working? When I was like, has this moment of,
Oh, yeah.
oh fuck. So the other mechanic that it implies first
sick.
that it has as well as a rewind mechanic, and it's a 1-for-1 rewind that you can also sort of double tap to go to the moments that you placed a photo,
Yeah, cool.
or that you took a photo when you get a camera a little later on. There is a story to this. There's and I kind of.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it. No, I am. Levins, I am, because the way it's introduced is you start in the game and you start exploring the game, enjoying the mechanics, and then slowly you're introduced to the
Your
plot
wife?
of the story, which is
Yeah, how alive is your wife in this game?
well, maybe dead because right now you're in a simulation and
I'm interested
you are
again.
in some kind of
Oh, a live wife. Okay.
you're in a simulation. You're in a kind of in an animus. Basically, it's a research space that all these scientists have been living in while they've been trying to research the solution for
Is it dementia?
for global warming.
Right.
So right now you are living in a dystopian Blade Runner-esque world, and you get pulled out into it at one point, and it was a complete mindfuck moment. The second it happened, and I'm thinking this
Feels
might
like a
actually
spoiler, that.
this might actually be it. Just a little further past here, the way the game uses the depth and
Do we
focus.
wanna see that?
It's really early on in
It
the
sounds
game.
like a spoiler.
It's not. It's basically what I was saying. It's not a spoiler if the story isn't given to you at the start of a game, and in like 5 to 10 minutes you start to experience story moments. But if you get a bit of sound here, Josh, at the same time,
I feel like, but I feel like.
okay, we can scrub past this.
Or,
Maybe
or just go back.
It's not
Let's do
really.
a jump.
Okay, I'm of the opinion.
you could do a jump forward from here. It's all right.
Because I don't care about story spoilers in this. I care about like
Experience spoilers.
mind-breaking moments.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, there is a story here, and you are trying to find the plans for a machine that can save the world that's hidden in this kind of labyrinth, this beautiful labyrinth that's made up of all these really sort of meditative spaces that these researchers have been living in, and you're guided by a like Cheshire cat that has the voice of the scientist. So I really appreciate the story that's been put into this because the way it's sort of organically fed to you through these puzzles, which themselves are really linear. You are going through these little portal stations and just
looks cool as shit,
doing
man.
them stage by stage. And the way the mechanics are introduced to you, it is like Portal. It's bit by bit. You have a little aha moment. Once you've done that mechanic perfectly, it's put to the side and you're given something else. That I'm finally stuck on a puzzle, and I'm like, great. I am
Getting
usually
the pens and the pencils out.
Oh, now the pencils are out. It gets
Levins is done.
it gets crazy in terms of its experiment with art styles and all this kind of stuff. And
Sick.
Pete, you took the words out of my mouth when you said, this is something that you can only do in a video game. Like, you can play
Man, the
a
art
strong
styles.
narrative game
Yeah.
because it's got
This
great
was my
writing, like a
this was
book.
in the demo,
You can play
wasn't
a
it?
cinematic game because it's like, you know, The Last of Us is like a movie you can experience, but this is something you can only do in a video game. And seriously, I reckon everyone would find something that would absolutely
Yeah. Check it out.
Oh shit!
It's so cool.
So what have you been playing this on?
This is on PC and PS5, so I'm playing on PC. And yeah,
Do you reckon this would be a good one to like fire up on the TV?
Totally,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
I
sweet.
think this is something that everyone would enjoy watching someone play. Bit of problem solving in there as well. And again, you can solve some puzzles that I solved a puzzle that I thought, I did this the way the game didn't expect. Like, I came up with
This
a
is
solution that was
cool.
better than what they had. And the sound cue went off and the character goes, well, looks like you found the solution. I was like, fuck, this is entirely how the game wanted me to do it. But I felt like I had come to that conclusion entirely on my own.
I'm
so
getting this tonight. This
yeah,
rules.
this is
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
amazing.
It's as I said, it's a really good slow burn into the puzzles, into the story. And again, I've hit that frustration point on a puzzle that I can't solve, but I'm dying to work out how to do it because I know I'm going to feel so satisfied when I do. I'm not going to just brute force it. I'm going to work it out and go, it was there the whole time. I just
That's
didn't
awesome.
see it.
'Cause my concern watching footage of it is that it was just going to be you pick up the photo, you put the photo down, you walk into the photo,
Yeah.
and that's all there really is to it. But seeing that there are like the battery thing, and there's going to be sections of the game that are focusing on different puzzles and getting harder in that same kind of concept. Love it.
Josh, if you just quickly go just to the end of the clip, I should just point out the whole game is around a camera, which you get, but that first, I'd say hour or so is introducing you to the camera, introducing to the mechanics without the camera, by really cleverly doing things like taking photos with cameras on tripods that are affixed. So it's forcing you to work out how that mechanic works before it gives you the freedom of having your own camera that you can take a photo with, that you can then use that to place some geometry around the world. So
So is it a photography game or not? Kind of.
Well, in the sense that you then solve the puzzles by using your own photos.
Yep, okay.
So it can get real brain breaking at that point because you're like, well, I can take a photo of any geometry in here and twist it and turn it and place it somewhere in the world. And so that's the main mechanic that I'm sort of getting my head into at the moment. This is the puzzle I'm currently stuck on. And it's frustrating, but it's also wonderfully liberating to now have the camera and be like, okay, every solution should be in front of me right now from the start.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Yeah, that's where the game is going as a photography game, and it's fantastic. Damn it, there's the fucking need to
It's
get
right
to
there.
that. It's sideways though. So yeah, Viewfinder. It's on PlayStation and PC at the moment. Hopefully, it's coming to other platforms. I don't know, but
So you were playing Viewfinder and they were playing Spewfinder.
Because we were looking for you
Throwing up.
and you were sick.
why do we have to keep
Yes.
bringing this up?
Just doing-
Why are you so
What
embarrassed
the-
about
Is that what
throwing
you were
up?
saying when you were throwing
Because
up?
I worked out that I can sit on the toilet and reach my sink at the same time, but that's too much
Oh,
detail.
were you shitting as
Oh,
well?
you doing
Let's
double
save that
whammy.
for later.
You
Alright.
just said you were throwing
Peter,
up.
what have you been playing?
I've been. Tell me about the toilet thing. No, I've been playing Exoprimal, which is kind of like July is usually a pretty quiet month for big releases. Like the big studios are usually hiding, and things like Viewfinder and Gunbrella and stuff come to the fore. And Hello Kitty Island Adventure apparently out of fucking nowhere. But Exoprimal is
fucking go!
let's fucking go.
Is that what you yell when you jump off onto the island?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exoprimal is a Capcom developed PvPvE shooter. It is set in like a future Earth where for some reason multiverse is colliding and dinosaurs are pouring into this world.
You were going so strong up until that point.
It's fucking dumb. And there is an AI that is trying to train the Exos, which you become an Exo. You're kind of the new recruit for IBS, Irritable Bowel Syndrome, the company
can
that
you
own
poop
the
in
AI.
the suit?
I think you are. I think because of the irritable bowel syndrome, yes,
You poop in the suit.
you do without choosing to. And so they're training the Exos in simulations against the dinosaurs as well to train them up to beat the dinosaurs. Functionally, I mean that's the story, and there's actually great cutscenes and some fun characters. It feels like it looks really really good.
It looks great.
But functionally, the game is people who play Destiny will see a lot of Gambit in it, and people who have played kind of just like push wave modes kind of games will see a lot of similarities in this, which is that there are you're working towards an endpoint. You're clearing out waves. It unlocks the next section. You clear the next wave, and the waves they're dynamic in that sometimes there's harder dinosaurs that come through the portals, and sometimes it's just waves of like random weird shit.
We've watched
so
4
it's-
minutes of gameplay and I haven't seen a single dinosaur.
Yeah, it's
yet.
not.
they're
So
about
it's
to
not.
go.
Oh
Here we
shit!
are.
Here's an
Fun cue.
The first one's a T-Rex or version of.
So this is the tutorial. So this is like the first 5 minutes of the game. You can play as the dinosaur
What the fuck?
as well. And this is jumping ahead a little bit, but it is like a massive power up.
spoilers.
It's a massive power up. It's not a spoiler, but it's a big
Spoil-
power up.
There's dinosaurs.
There's dinosaurs
I
in this
didn't
game.
know it was gonna be dinosaurs.
The Exos are
Oh my God.
suits, but it's basically class
Yeah.
shooter. There are some melee characters as well, but it is functionally a shooter, and you can get a power up that
What killed
uses
him
that.
just then?
Timed out.
Tutorial over.
Tutorial finished.
What? Oh,
The game is racing through the wave modes,
Who's he?
and that would get boring
It's
very
Aldous.
very quickly.
oh,
If-
that's Exoprimal.
That would get boring very very quickly if it weren't PvEVP.
What the fuck? Yeah, this
And
is news
so-
because I just thought this was single player, wave mode, hack and slash, Earth Defense Force kind of kill stuff. But
It is a 5v5.
Team fighter?
It is a 5v5 game where you are fighting against the NPC dinosaurs through the waves, but you're racing another team, and you see their ghosts in the world killing the things in the same region you're in. At the end of every wave, the AI says, you are killing dinosaurs slower than the other team.
I
You are killing
hate
dinosaurs
that.
faster than the other team.
I think I love
I
that.
totally understand that there's a pressure to that like people who like PvE games, I don't think there's a lot here for them. The thing that makes this game work is that it is against other players, and that the impetus to do it again and again and again is to beat other people at it. You're racing. So that's how it's like Gambit. You do there's like two sets to each match. The first set is all PvE and it's the race.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the final round of that first set and you kill a massive dinosaur. So a big Triceratops or a big T-Rex or something. And then it goes...
Brachiosaur?
but it's still timed. So the team that does that quicker gets a head start in phase 2, the next set, and the next set is functionally identical, except you have to move a car through. It's one of those like Overwatchy
push the
enemy
car.
territory. Someone's got to be on the car and it's moving forward, and it's trying to get to the end zone. However, while it's a linear map and the first set is entirely linear and you're running through the same spaces, the second set is meeting in the middle, and the 5v5, that's where the players engage in combat.
Oh, right.
So once you get to the second set, you can try and directly engage in combat with the enemy and slow them down.
Is he a dinosaur?
He's the AI.
Okay.
That's Algae Rhythm from Space Jam.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
IBS.
cool. Oh,
Mr.
that's
Irritable
IBS.
Bowel.
This sounds like
Hey, stop messing with my mom.
this is like
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to
from a
Ruby's
design
mom's IBS.
from a
got
design
IBS.
perspective and a mechanics perspective, it's like no idea was a bad idea in this. Like that just
It
seems
feels
like
a
way
little
too
bit
much
like that.
gameplay.
Like messy,
Yeah.
but it also
I think that for me personally, the beauty of just running down waves of computer enemies is that I'm not being made constantly aware that someone else is doing better than me, and it feels like this game is like, oh, you don't. Well, we've got that.
But that's
we're going to tell you.
that takes out the boring part of that getting repetitive. I imagine.
that is my opinion about the game.
Yeah.
I don't think this
Interesting.
is. I think if you can play PvE, like you can toggle between the version that is against people and the version that is just like.
And in that
do
version,
it.
would there be an AI controlled team of 5?
I believe so, but
So
I
there's
didn't
no just
I
version
never
of just run through
did it,
dinosaurs
no.
and just carve your way
But
through
it's
it.
also
Okay.
interesting in that you just kind of repeat content until you get enough experience to kind of get more story thrown at you. And the story kind of is fed to you through this weird screen until there's like where you can kind of click nodes and learn information about the lore. And then there's big intervals. There's big intervals where there's like bigger, denser cutscenes of the characters. And honestly, it's mostly engaging. It's like the best 7 out of 10 that's ever been made. You know, it's like I think it will either it'll live or die in the next 3 months. Like I think that the core of the game is
All these
fun.
exos are just seeing dinosaurs and going, "Get me the fuck out of here!"
Run
Like,
the
just
fuck
turn
away.
and run. Sorry, yeah.
The
like,
core of the game is genuinely really fun. The combat is good, and engaging with other players is fun and interesting. The maps themselves are pretty dull, but you know, if there's support for the game in a serious way, and there's more maps coming out in a kind of like good cadence, I think the next 3 months could really prove that this game has the longevity to go for a couple of years of really kind of like successful gameplay.
So funny that Capcom like dropped this like so soon after Street
Fighter, right?
Like, yeah.
They're such an
Yeah.
interesting company in that they just like they know that Street Fighter is such a beloved property, and they tend to do it justice every time. And
maybe
then
there's less crossover of audience. They're just trying to diversify.
But they'd be
their-
Totally, but then
Capcom's
they-
diehards, right?
That's
Like,
true, that's true.
they invest in the weird shit.
They know
and
they're going to come to both parties
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
I guess. But yeah.
One controller in each hand, sucking shit at
I'm
both
just
games.
like, I can't think of another game I've played that's been a team-based wave mode versus game. Like, that's a terrible description, but it's like, I'm intrigued by every
It
time
was way
you-
cooler when he said TBPBPBD.
Yeah.
PvP.
I'm always intrigued by like genre blending when it comes
Yeah.
coming up with a new mode. I mean, that's how we got battle royales and stuff. It's like someone eventually came up with the evolution of a shooter, and I'm like, maybe this isn't it, but I'm like, if it's as compelling as you've said, and
I feel quite positive about this game, and I think that reviews are
which is to
being-
say, averagely compelling. Sorry, I wasn't saying.
I don't think this is a game for everyone, and I think that I played it on Game Pass. For me, playing this game for like in my mind effectively free, even though obviously I pay for Game Pass,
Is it just PC? For
Is the
Game
right
Pass?
price?
Or is it on Xbox too? Because
it's on Xbox Game Pass as well.
must
I
have missed it.
think.
Maybe I missed it.
But
Alright.
it's on PlayStation 4 and 5 and Xbox One and Xbox Series, as well as PC. But there's no cross play. There's no cross compatibility. I think you can play with other people on Game Pass, so they can be on Xbox. Oh, and also I played on stream, and people joined me through the stream xCloud as well. So they had Game Pass Ultimate, they had xCloud, so they didn't even have the game installed. They were
wow.
just streaming the game to themselves to join in like on a dime.
Neat.
You know, like, oh yeah, I can jump in and play. So it's and then Steam it's a separate ecosystem.
Yeah.
So you can only play with Steam players. PlayStation can only play with PlayStation.
Good, it's on Game Pass if it's going to need a player base to keep it chugging along for those couple of.
Yeah, because those
crucial
motherfuckers
ones.
aren't playing shit right now.
Totally. Look, it's there's enough in it. You know, there's just enough in it now that it is fun to play.
Yeah.
I reckon I would play another session and be like, I've had my fill. I know there are people who are really, really digging it, and I hope that the game gets support in a way that gives them more incentive to keep coming back.
I'm going to drag some friends into play this because we love co-op shooters and having a spin on it would be cool. But they hate UI and games that don't look familiar to them. So I'm going to be like, just give me half an hour. Like, let's just get through all of this and then realize that at its core, it is just a fun wave shooter that has like some pretty cool mechanics.
I think
like, at the core of it.
I think they will get a kick as well out of the competitive angle of it.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Because again, in that first set is just PvE, so you were just grinding dinosaurs, and it's fun. And then the voice just negs you. It's like you're too slow. You're too slow.
Because a wave is a wave, but a wave against another bunch of people.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's
blood
made
pumping.
interesting by enemies are pouring in, but to complete the wave, you need to kill X amount of raptors and X amount of pterodactyls. So you could just focus in, like you could lose focus and just mindlessly be killing stuff and not actually ticking the boxes that you need. So that's
right.
There's kind of there's just enough of like keep your brain active.
Eliminate the
Don't just fall
Triceratops.
into wave slaughter.
You know, when we just said before with Viewfinder, it's like sometimes there are only things you can do in video games. And I meant that on like a really artistic level. It's like you're in a mech suit in a city going, you must eliminate the Triceratops.
You say that, but Josh Duhamel and The Rock will be in the Exoprimal
Primal
movie
film, yeah.
by 2025 for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
For years, I've wanted to portray the Triceratops in the Exoprimal movie.
I like that you immediately went to The Rock is the Triceratops.
Yeah.
The hierarchy of power in the dinosaur kingdom is about to change.
I was thinking more like
good-
Andy
good
Serkis
quote.
on all fours again.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he would do an excellent Triceratops.
You would.
So that's
cool.
Exoprimal, yeah.
And that's the games that we've been playing. Now, why don't we take a quick break?
Why not?
All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Who's that Pokemon?
LokiCat wants you to think he's a good-looking man who wistfully looks off into the distance at weddings. But what is he hiding? Not only is he not the Norse god of mischief and the rightful heir of Jotunheim, he's not even a real cat. He was born a boy. But now that boy's all grown up, and that overgrown boy loves birds.
The man likes his cockatiels.
But does he love those birds too much? Cockatiels aren't the only Australian icon he's tried to fuck.
Those are flamin' crows!
Is this flamin' galah who you want in charge of the country if he ever decided to run for political office? LokiCat. When you head to the polls this weekend, make this 9th life his last.
Authorised and paid for by Pockety Proprietary Limited.
Knights of the Old Republic is one of the most important pieces of Star Wars media, and here's why. Let me take you back to 2003.
This is where the fun begins.
A little film called Attack of the Clones had been released a year earlier, and with it came a series of video games almost as bad as that film.
Good job.
It was a horror show. They sucked.
Every single one of them. And not just the
Game Boy games,
but the
Xbox,
and the
PC.
too.
Sentiment for Star Wars was at an ATL, that's all-time low, not Atlanta. And it was unclear if it could deliver worthwhile stories and experiences post-83's Return of the Jedi.
A really bad feeling about this.
Enter KOTOR, which took us back a long, long time before, a long, long time ago, to the era of the Old Republic. And while the game still piggybacks off the iconic design and character archetypes of the original trilogy, this is a refreshingly Skywalker-less setting, where for the first time we got to see the Jedi as actual knights instead of glorified bobbies with hot truncheons. Knights of the Old Republic to this day has one of the greatest plot twists in video game history. The story took players to new worlds and introduced a suite of heroes and villains to rival the films. Special mentions have to go out to HK-47, who is my kind of bastard.
Please shoot me repeatedly until I die.
And Bastila, who was the first woman I loved.
What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause?
Yes, I'm basic, and I'm still not entirely over her, okay?
Me, Ruby Innes, the funniest monkey in the enclosure.
When did you say that?
No one remembers your audio grabs.
The thing is,
even you.
I think I just say things and then immediately wipe it from my mind.
Checks out.
Yeah.
So maybe I didn't even say that.
Who knows? It
AI.
could be AI.
Yeah.
The
generated.
entity.
There's enough of your voice on the internet now that
It's because
it could be
this
generated.
bitch just can't stop talking. Women be talking. It's true because that's what I be doing.
Thank you very much, MultiFish, for completing the set with... Oh, you're not completed set because there's still a little Swifty, maybe.
It was from...
A little Swifty over there. That's... Say something funny for MultiFish.
Something funny for MultiFish.
Say, Joshua Swift.
Joshua Swift.
Yeah, perfect.
See, this is working too well.
Muso for Hire figured it out. It was from the Kotaku Australia podcast.
Right.
Where I would just say,
Your
I'd just say
intros
some
are
shit.
always,
There we go.
just a
Yeah,
random
because I was
thought.
like, I have to.
What a
I have
well to
make
draw
the intro
from.
fun
Yeah.
because I was trying to do something like have you guys ever seen with Trixie and Katya?
And thanks to LokiCat as well for your. We saw your ad in there.
You know what? You know what? The Ellas of the chat are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, they love
Katya and
Trixie
Trixie
and Katya
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
There
We're
we
watching
go.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Sounds fun though. We're gonna play a game that we've done once this year. Worked really well, so we're doing it again. It's the Rizz quiz.
Hosted by Peter Burns.
Hosted by Trixie. The Rizz quiz is sponsored by MiddleCee.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. I forget how long it is. Did it get longer?
Again?
No, I made two because there was so much in just one. So there's actually, this is part 2 of the Yeah Baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah, baby. Brought to us by MiddleCee. In honor of MiddleCee graciously supporting the show in a massive way, we read out the lyrics from a song written in the key of C. And you guys are going to have a chance to guess. Oh, just stop me when you recognize the song.
Okay.
I forgot to write down what the song is.
What?
So I'm guessing
You've done
as
this
well as I
multiple
read it.
times.
I know what it is.
You've written the lyrics
I know
down?
what it is. I got the lyrics here. I just read them and was like, what the fuck is that song? But
You get to play along as well.
I've got it. Here we
All
go. Some may say I'm wishing my days away. No way. And if that's the price I pay, some say tomorrow's another day. You stay, I may as well play.
Fuck.
Is it an Oasis song?
It isn't.
Oh, okay. Then I'm lost.
Not some might say. I was
Yeah.
thinking that too.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Sorry?
Is it time after time?
It's not time after time.
We've done
It's not
time after time
It's been
before.
done, yeah.
That was the first
I'll
one.
give you a clue.
This it's about lyrics, not singing.
Yeah, but this is a famous bass line.
Wait. Oh, the Walking on the Moon by Sting and the Police. There it is.
Yep. Some may say, I'm wishing my days away. No way.
I remember Sting
Walking on the
from
Moon.
B
If you said
Movie.
Walking on the Moon, I would have got it.
Yeah, I reckon you probably would have.
If the clue was the answer, I reckon I would have got it.
So the Rizz quiz is a little bit of a Jeopardy parody thing.
We don't know
It
what
doesn't
it
really
is.
work like that. Today's theme, though, is Final Foodosy. Foodosy. How would you say it?
No one made a title card for that because they're uncomfortable by that
Yeah,
title.
it really depends on the context. If you were saying fudusi, it would mean
That's what I
something
mean.
completely
Yeah.
different. That's what you mean?
I'm saying Foodosy.
Okay, so that would be like the pussy of food.
Yeah. So we're doing the pussy of food tonight, and it's all about video game relating food in video games,
Which we mentioned
and
up top.
related things.
So, Levins, you're like a food critic, food writer, just
I used to
consumer
have
of
a
food?
restaurant, so I used to be a chef, and then I had kids, and you can't be a chef and a dad.
Is that what you told the
One's
restaurant
gotta
on the
give.
day? And you're like, sorry, guys.
No, that's what I told my
Isn't
wife.
there
I'm
a-
like, put these kids back. No, it was like the hours are just fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
So,
Do you miss it?
I miss parts of it. Like
Well, you
I
love, like, your
watched the
kids all
bear.
cooking.
I watched the bear, and
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I do
Yeah,
appreciate
okay.
the representation.
Yeah.
But no, customers suck. Staff sucks.
Also, chefs are wonderful people who work bloody hard, but they all go a bit crazy because they have to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's just the nature of the job. And then you're also DJ as well.
Yeah.
What?
Just don't sleep much.
I was going to say, what
Yeah.
part of your job
I've
was
seen
like?
videos of you with plates of food on your player scratching.
Yeah, that's how the best in the game do it.
That just seemed like you forgot to eat that night, and you were just there with like meals.
I do a lot of DJing at restaurants these days.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
Nice.
been
Nightclubs
with
are over.
Levins when he's been DJing because we went to Spilt Milk Festival.
Spilt Milk Festival in Canberra. Yep.
And that was a whole heap of fun. But yeah, you I feel like you've been doing it for so long that it's become like kind of second nature. So you can just do other shit.
I'm always
Gotta
doing
hide
at
it.
least
It's
two
always
jobs
doing
while
other
DJing.
shit.
Yeah.
Like
Plus 2 kids.
Yep, I'm always doing
And
two
a 100 hours
And you're
into
on this podcast.
no, and 100 hours of Zelda.
Yeah.
The fuck, man.
Do you sleep? Or do you not bother?
I try to sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I see. You should be like me and very good at sleep because I've got Pokemon Sleep at the moment, and I'm the best at sleep.
The app says.
The app says you won sleep.
Literally last night, I got 100% sleep.
Yeah, well, if I didn't have to sleep, if there was like a pill that I could take, and you take 8 pills, and that's equivalent to 8 hours of sleep, I would take the pill.
Yeah.
That was the pitch of Limitless, the film, but you just OD'd in the first hour. Like I took all the Limitless pills at once, and I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Admiral, well, hence the food tangent.
Hence the food tangent,
There it is.
and this is a food-themed quiz, still relating to video games, but there's 4 categories. If we can bring up the card, you can see food picks is the first one. I'm going to get you to identify the game that the meal comes from.
Okay.
With hungry characters, what would this hungry character eat to regain or boost their health? There's recipe excerpts, which I shouldn't put in the script because excerpts is a hard word to say.
I think the P is silent. Excerpts. No,
But
you're right. It's fucking hard.
You got to add a soft
Excerpts.
P because otherwise it's just exert.
Excerpt. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And my mouth's tight
No one
from
can
throwing
say
up all night.
So if you can at home, let us know in the comments. Which is, I'm going to read from video game tie-in cookbooks. You're going to tell me which cookbook it's from. And
Wait,
category...
what? Which cookbook?
Yeah.
Yeah, but which like video game cookbook? So
Correct.
it can just be the video game, right?
There's a God of
Yeah,
War
yeah.
cookbook.
Yes, okay,
there's
right.
an Avatar
It's-
cookbook.
Yeah. You're telling me, the time, which
It's not called,
game
like,
it's connected to.
Cooking with Kratos or something.
No.
Okay, right.
It's called the God of
They're
War
all
cookbook.
specifically
Should have
tied
been
to a
called
game.
Cooking with Kratos.
Yeah.
You don't need to get the
Cooking with
name of it
Kratos
right.
would
You just
be
need to
good.
tell me which game it's tied to. For Insta Spam, I've grabbed from notable gaming real world people photos of food from their Instagrams. You're going to tell me whose Instagram it's from.
Fucking all better be Levins.
So it's just like Yeppity.
What's Yeppity? Oh, Jeopardy.
Yeppity.
But with a soft J, like
yeah.
yogging.
Like
Got
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Levins, you're our guest. I'd like to let you go first. You can pick a category, any category. I should also point out for you and the chat that the points mean nothing, except for the fact that the lower you get, the harder the question is.
Well, the higher the price?
By design. The higher the price,
Yeah.
the harder the question is, yeah.
So the more respect
And you have
learn.
to
Yeah.
phrase it in a as if you're asking a question. Is that right?
You don't have to do that. That's all bullshit.
Okay, great.
Dumb game, Jeopardy.
Oh, I'll choose the $100 hungry character, please.
Okay. So we've got a picture of this hungry character. If you could bring that up, please, Josh.
Josh will be running all of the... Oh, okay.
Okay, so I assume you recognize the characters?
Yep.
That's Banjo and Kazooie, everyone playing at home.
Fuck, what food
can you
did-
tell me the food that Banjo and Kazooie ingest in order to recover health?
God.
This is
Honeycomb.
honeycomb is correct.
Oh, man.
Honeycomb is
I was-
correct. There it is. Look at
Yeah,
that.
well
Beautiful,
done.
gorgeous honeycomb. Now, Josh is going to update the board, but it is a...
I had apples in my head for some
yeah.
reason.
Apples?
I had a fruit, a spinning fruit.
I was going to say
thinking-
jiggies, but that's what you collect.
Yeah.
Jiggies you collect. In Banjo-Kazooie as well, you fight...
That's supposed to be me.
You fight like
That's you.
cauliflowers and stuff as well. That's you.
Headphones. What's in the middle of my forehead?
A button.
a button, 'cause it's
It's the
Your
mascot.
pocket.
Yeah.
We should have sent this to you beforehand for approval. I'm sorry.
I did get a piece of information from the fandom wiki to give you some context as to why it's honeycomb. Banjo collects honeycombs, and some idiot wrote this. Banjo collects honeycombs because he's a honey bear who are commonly known to enjoy a smackerel of that good bee sauce.
Bee sauce? Bee sauce sounds like calm.
Smackerel
I don't
of
like
that
that.
good bee
Bee
sauce.
sauce.
I don't like
Ruby,
that.
you're up next. You can pick any tile still remaining on the board.
Bee sauce. I hate that.
Pete definitely
I
just
really
wrote
don't
that
like
and
it.
I wrote
edited
it.
himself.
You know what?
I wrote it. I tried to hide the fact
I'm
that I
angry
wrote it.
about it now. That's ruined my day. I'm gonna go easy. I'm gonna go with food picks for $100, please.
Coward. All right, let's see the food pick.
I was
fuck
brave
you.
when I did it.
What is
What are we looking at?
what is Portal?
Correct. What is Portal? Portal is
What is
that.
Yeah.
The only thing I wrote for that it was a lie. I figured
lie.
that one would be a gimme.
That's a
and
cake. That's a lie.
That's a cake.
Oh,
It's a
cake
lie.
not real.
That's how the game
it
ends.
wasn't
That's
real.
what she said.
But
Imagine if
ultimately,
GLaDOS had that
it proved to be
level of
a real cake.
attitude.
GLaDOS comes up. She's like, oh, cake not real.
It proved to be a real cake in the credits.
Yeah.
So
It was.
the lie was that the cake was a lie.
There we
Yeah.
go.
At the end of the day. And thank you, Liz Daly. You're tracking the scores here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cheers.
except you spelled my name wrong.
Levine.
Yeah.
I'm not the lead singer of Maroon 5. I'm the lead singer of Maroon 6.
Angus.
Let's dive off into the deep end. I'm going to go food picks for 400, thanks, Josh.
Oh.
Straight to the difficult
Food
one.
picks for
Please be something
400.
so profound.
Okay.
All right.
So this one, like the people that I think for all of these, when you know, you know.
I know.
You know.
I know.
Okay.
That'd be the sandwich from Team Fortress 2.
It sure is, Angus.
Hell yes. The
That is-
Heavy's food of choice.
The Heavy's food of choice. It is a alternate special weapon known in full as the Sandwich Edible Device. It's an unlockable secondary for Heavy. It's half of a sandwich made with... This is just a description of what we're looking at. It's half of a sandwich made with 2 triangular slices of bread laid between slices of lettuce, tomatoes, Swiss cheese, ham, and bologna.
Checks out.
You can see all of it right there. Good job. Did you guys know Team Fortress 2 sandwich?
No.
It was,
Did not?
it was
Yeah.
the in the lore of it, he was obsessed with his sandwich.
Yeah.
It was like screaming kind of Russian, yeah.
I know that sometimes there's some funny videos on YouTube.
I think I've seen it in Gary's mod. It's an option.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the things you can fuck around with in that.
Levins, you're up.
Levine.
Everyone's got their first one.
Okay.
Well done.
Excellent work, everybody. I'm going to do Hungry Characters 200. Let's get
All right.
let's
You're
get
just
it.
going to take your Connect
Yeah.
4.
That's not how this
That's not the game. The game is not Connect 4. Hungry Characters for 200. Let's see
That's
the characters.
supposed to look like me.
Oh no, what does this cunt eat?
This is Conker from Conker's
Yeah,
Bad Fur
I know,
Day.
yeah.
And he's to recover health. No, chat, just hold off for a second. I know some of you know.
Oh yeah, no, look at
Now
the chat.
there's an answer, and then there's the correct answer as well. So I'll probably accept the easy answer.
is rough.
But I'm not
I
going to.
mean, like, this is like a shitty, edgy game. Is it like a cocktail or something? Beer? Is it weed?
Beer or weed would be funny. He's drinking. He's drinking milk, but that is not the answer. I'll open it up to.
So it is a food.
It is.
Sorry, like it's not a.
This
it's
is
not a
Final
beverage.
Fantasy, Gus. Of course, it's food.
I'm gonna guess. I might be wrong, but is it chocolate?
It is chocolate.
Wow.
It is chocolate. Can you
yes.
tell me? I'm not going to give it to you unless you tell me specifically what's special about the chocolate.
Is it made of shit?
It's not made of shit.
No, I just remember it.
I know there's a poo
I just
monster in
remember
the
it.
game.
There
Yeah.
is.
I just remember it's a chocolate bar.
That fills up. Isn't it like like the Banjo-Kazooie honeycomb? It like fills up the block.
Yeah, I'll give it to
Yeah.
you. It is anti-gravity chocolate though, specifically.
What?
And you can see here the.
the table. What's wrong? Oh, what's wrong with this?
You fucking love this.
Clean
fucking great
slate.
game.
Yeah, clean slate. This anti-gravity chocolate is kind of working.
Oh.
That's voodoo. That's voodoo. At the window with that.
The voice acting in this game was so crazy. I
The
love
fact
it.
this
is
game
rare.
got made.
Yeah, it was
it's-
rare.
Right, so it's anti-gravity because it's floating and hovering like
Correct.
an in-game
Yeah.
item, but they
It's
just
so
the
silly.
game was
It does look like
developed
shit.
by Rare.
Yeah.
It does look like shit. The game was developed
Thanks,
by Rare,
man.
who obviously are the greatest, at the time at least, were the greatest video
Hang
game
on, that
creators
was,
of all time.
oh yeah, Ruby got that one.
Ruby got that
Steel.
one. Ruby got the steel.
Oh my God, I am going Connect
And
Four.
it was
you're
very
gonna get the
meta.
diagonal Connect 4.
Yeah.
Very meta. There was
Gotta choose
absolutely potty humor in it. But there was a lot of meta humor about games that was very clever for the time.
Yeah.
And like obviously it predates a lot of the big ones like Stanley Parable and stuff, but the way that it spoke about the games of the era was very funny.
I
was
watch a
very
lot
funny.
of YouTube about games that got cancelled and where they fell off entirely. Like up till this point, it was fine. That should have totally been one of those games that lived in development hell and never came to release. And like that should be the crazy story that like there was going to be a poo monster, there was a sunflower with tits, there was all this stuff in it that they're going to parody the Matrix. And it's like, no, that game exists and you can play it. And there's a remaster of it as well. I think
Yeah.
so.
Conker walked so the Family Guy game on PS2 could run.
So true. So true.
I mean, that kind of was an era of, South Park had a game on the 64 as well.
They were
and
like,
Family Guy on
Brood and
PS2,
Crude is
yeah.
where we have to go with this. So yeah.
Right.
Ruby stole, and Ruby, it's your turn.
Oh shit, true. I didn't realize it was. Anyway,
Do it, do the diagonal, do it.
I don't like losing, so I don't want to do something where I'll lose. I want to win. I'm gonna go with.
I'm making it about the points now, so you go harder.
Oh, is it about the
Coward.
points now?
It is now.
It is right
So
now.
the points do matter.
It is right now.
Okay, I'll go for recipe excerpts for 300.
Yeah, she
doing
goddamn
it.
will.
She's doing it.
That's what we wanted to see.
This feels like the hardest category. Just.
This
It
is a hard category.
does.
There are, for people who recognize the games, there's going to
last
be
one
a pretty strong queue. There's going to be a pretty strong
I
queue.
am like
Okay.
Let's make it trust me.
Great.
So I'm
Never
about to
pick anything
read.
from
I'm
the
about to
last.
read for you from the recipe book,
Okay.
and it's very funny because
It better be.
most of these are written from a perspective.
Oh.
Like when you read a recipe you're trying to find the recipe of fucking brownies and you get someone's life story.
And they're like,
They
first
put
of
the
all,
life
I
story
walked into the
from a
cafe and the
fictional
smell hit me
character.
Yeah,
from a mile
well,
away.
the thing is, I remember I'm trying. You get the screen away from me. I wrote an article when I was still at Kotaku. I wrote an article on the God of War cookbook.
Yeah.
And it's written from the perspective of Tyr. And
So
he
maybe that
also
might be it.
includes
Oh,
a
hang
whole
on, let's
bunch
hear
of
the question.
history.
It is not. It is not that.
Yeah.
It's that. It's not.
Okay, go on.
Oh man, here it is. The full stack ground pounder, a marvel of culinary engineering. A near impossible task for one person. I've attempted it and failed miserably a few times in the past, but nowadays I mostly make this when I'm having friends over to show off. You're probably better just ordering one from Have Samoa. But I can't stop you from attempting to make one for yourself.
Is there a smackerel of bee sauce in this recipe?
There's no smackerel of bee sauce, but I can tell you that the big hint in this is Have Samoa.
Can you read just the first bit again?
Oh man.
Not like that.
Here it is. The full stack ground pounder, a marvel of culinary engineering.
All right, that's enough. I don't need more.
I only know of two cookbooks, and it's the God of War one and the Halo one. Is it the Halo one?
It is the Halo one. What? It is the Halo one.
She saw it on
It is
chat.
the full stack ground pounder Moa burger.
Oh no, because
Moa's the big.
Moa-
because we got
Yeah.
my coworker, my ex coworker,
it's okay.
Bella.
Just-
No, she got sent all of them. But I only
Right,
got
okay.
to
All
look at
two of
two of them. I got to look at two of them.
So Moa burgers are advertised around in Reach and stuff.
are,
It
aren't
was
they?
like Moas are the big. They're like emu-like birds, and they were in the
What the
game.
fuck else is in that cookbook? There was like one.
Yeah, I don't know. This one was in the harder part because it is very tangentially linked
Can I
back to the
just say,
game. But
those patties look like anti-gravity chocolate.
they sure do.
It checks out. If you think
Points for
about it.
Gus, everyone.
Thank you. They look like
Gus,
shit.
have a crack, mate.
Sure. I will. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna go Insta spam for 400. I'm going for the block.
This
and
one's-
possibly the whole bottom row.
This one's impossible.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Okay. So, can we bring up the picture, please? This is food photography on Instagram. They're in some way related to the show or video games. I can read the caption that came with this. That might give you some clue. It won't. Only I find this funny.
Oh my god.
The build your own toasty has revolutionized the airport lounge experience.
I was gonna say it's an airport lounge meal.
Plus, a complimentary cocktail. Thanks, Perth. We'll be back. Toasty recipe is carrot, rocket, cheese, sliced Spanish onion, Cocktail is something contro ginger.
So what do I have to tell you?
You need to tell me whose Instagram this is from.
It's got to be one of you guys, right?
That would be an easy.
That would be
Someone
easy as hell.
linked-
So
This is
someone
the
linked to
It's clearly
gaming.
someone Australian.
Or the show in some way.
Look, I instinctively want to say like they've ruined a perfectly good toasty. So I would. It's not going to be
In
this
what way? By
answer.
putting carrot on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put carrot on a toasty either.
So in that way, I want to. It's not, but I'm going to say Barjo.
It's not Barjo, no.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to have a crack? Anyone know this photo?
The only time I met Steph was in an airport lounge in Melbourne with Danny Clayton. I'm going to guess Danny Clayton.
It's not Danny Clayton.
Okay.
That's a nice guess, though.
Okay.
Guess.
I'm gonna go with Guillermo del Toro.
It is not Guillermo del Toro.
Kojima. It's Kojima.
But a wonderful
Incredible guess.
It is Tracy Grimshaw.
Related to the show.
There is a callback to this show specifically that makes some sense to even us, but no sense to you guys.
It's
and maybe-
impossible to guess. I was like, who's so random but still kind of connected? And then when I read,
It's a wild callback.
Then when I read the build your own toasty has revolutionized the airport lounge experience, I was like, that's fucking perfect.
She is-
Tracy Grimshaw is a genius.
They do.
How long ago did she post it? How did she find
This was years ago, like
And it's just
2016.
stuck with you forever.
No, I went hunting.
Okay.
I went hunting.
I feel like out of all of our answers, mine was the closest, so I feel like I should get it.
no one gets it.
Okay.
Tracy Grimshaw
friend of the
is
show.
sacred.
Friend of the show.
You gotta
Tracy
get
Grimshaw.
it. That's a blank slate.
Oh, it's a blank. Well, I've killed both our
Christ.
attempted.
You've killed the blank
Yeah.
lines. So sorry about that.
Levins, please pick your next board.
Wait, isn't it my turn?
Didn't you just
That
pick
was
that?
literally
yours.
your go.
No, that was my
Dumbass.
turn.
You literally just had your go just then. Yeah.
Can I see the board again, please? Oh, no,
I
it's
was
fine.
removing the price.
He was looking at Tracy Grimshaw's
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram.
It's just-
So
Yes.
you
Following
can
that.
you can follow Tracy Grimshaw on Instagram at _Tracy_Grimshaw.
For all those.
No E in Tracy.
For all those
It
cheese
is-
toasty hot takes.
At the real Tracy.
_Tracy_Grimshaw.
It'd be great if she only posted about
That's what you
toast.
found.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Or just
So
being at the
no
airport.
Connect 4 possible with that bottom corner gone now.
Killed it for everyone.
Yeah.
At Levins.
Food picks 200, please.
Food picks at 200. Very nice.
I do feel like, yeah.
I need to get another
Okay.
one on board.
This will be an image, and you got to tell me which game it is from.
LA Noire.
That was like, that's a good guess. That's a very high detail piece of toast. It is not LA Noire though.
It does feel like a meal you'd get back in that era.
Yeah.
Like, just
Back in
across
that era,
Yeah.
the
like,
50s.
What was it, like post-depression? It was kind of like, when was the depression? I went in strong.
Right
and
now.
I went wrong, I went strong. So it's not LA Noire?
It's not LA Noire, no. Anyone want to have a guess?
It's very high detailed.
it is
Look
very
at
high
Look at the
detail.
crust on that. Ruby? I want to say... Fuck, there's so much good food in the game that it's not this, but I want to say Final Fantasy 15.
It is Final Fantasy 15. It is the flame roasted toast from Final Fantasy 15.
Classic.
and
a
the
classic meal.
Because they do amazing food in
They
that
do
game.
amazing food, and they did like
Yeah.
photogrammetry or whatever the fuck it's called on real dishes, existing dishes, and
right.
and it's all rendered in the game
and I
in a
hate,
beautiful way.
I hate to be a nag, but chat, don't say it
We can
until
turn that TV
after
off.
it's said.
Oh,
But you wouldn't have gotten the Halo one if they did it.
I didn't.
Yeah, and you're looking at the laptop, you cheat.
You are flaunting it in front of me. I feel like fucking was Smithers at the strip club? Like,
Hiding in the corner. I'll
there's the
read the
gift for the
recipe
end of the
for
show.
you. I'll read the recipe for you because I feel like
what,
it's
flame grilled bread?
Bread and flame.
So the steps to create the bread.
Okay.
Again,
You gotta
step
butter
one: cut one slice of bread from a country loaf. Step two: brush 1 teaspoon of olive oil onto the bread.
Whoa.
Bake it at 230 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. That would burn the fucking
That would
toast.
burn it.
Oiled toast, 230 degrees. You're a cook. That's burnt, right?
yes.
10 minutes?
10 minutes. Yeah, you're roasting the.
That's fucking gone.
past roast.
Yeah. Or fry it on a skillet over medium heat for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that'll work.
That would work
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There you
what's
go.
the third step?
There's no third step.
Oh, it's
You're
done.
Put it on
Okay.
a plate
Eat
that
it.
clearly has room for other things, but just don't. Just
That's
put the
actually really
shitty bit of
similar to
bread.
how you make toast. So it's crazy.
I use a toaster.
Yeah.
I reckon it's heaps easier that way.
All right, my turn.
No, it's not.
It is my turn.
Ruby, your turn, please.
I'm gonna go for recipe excerpts for 200.
200. Okay.
And I'm gonna do this,
Yep.
so I can't see anything.
You won't see answers. I mean, you can read the thing.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll do a voice.
I ran into them after a match. They're not hard to pick out of a crowd, and wanted to catch up. They brushed aside any suggestions I made, instead insisting I join them and their roommates at their sumo heya for their favorite food, chunko nabe. It's an extremely healthy meal, but there's so much of it I could barely move after finishing my bowl. When they were done, though, they thanked me for joining them and headed out to continue their training. They ate 3 times as much as I did.
It's not Yakuza, is it?
You tell me.
Is it Yakuza?
No, it's not.
No.
Anyone want to have a stab?
What's it called? Chunko Nabe?
Yeah.
No
Unless
idea.
unless it is CHANKO.
CHAN.
Well, I already guessed wrong, so I'm looking. Okay.
Chunko.
Oh, don't look at me, dude. You, the Japanophile who eats all their food. What is it?
I'm trying to just guess a random Japanese game.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Interesting, but no.
That's a diary entry.
Chunko Nabe.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter.
No.
Oh, that's a good guess. It is not. The biggest clue there was that they were joining them and their roommates at the sumo because it is E-Honda and it
Street
is
Fighter.
the Street Fighter, the official street food cookbook.
Shit. Yeah, all right. What is
There
the
he is.
meal? It's just like,
It's like a
Bit of
soupy
everything.
dish with a soupy noodle dish.
fair enough.
Yeah. Delish. But there is a Street Fighter official cookbook. This one's actually really good because the characters
I
are
was
from
gonna say they're all from around the
locations
world.
around the world.
Yeah.
So it's actually really diverse.
Some are
food.
from Japan.
Yeah.
Some
Japan.
are from USSR.
Brazil. Some
Brazil.
US. Brazil.
Brazil.
Spain. Cool. All right. Gus.
Yay.
Let's skip you this round, actually.
No. I want to get this Insta Spam one right.
Okay.
Because it seemed, but nah, fuck it.
Okay, no.
Hungry characters for 300, please, Josh. Because yeah, Insta Spam was.
All right. So this hungry character, you recognize. I can tell you who it is if you
I don't
don't
know.
recognize.
Yeah, no,
but-
it's Poor Man's Mad Max.
Poor Man's Mad Max. This is from the Mad Max video game.
Great game. Just
From 2013. But obviously a post-apocalypse, driving around. So this
What are you
character's looking for. Yeah. What's Mad Max eating in the apocalypse?
Sand.
I will accept 2 answers here, but there's one perfect answer.
Sorry.
It wasn't cock. So that's your
Sorry,
answer locked in?
No, it's not.
You don't get to answer.
No,
if Gus doesn't get it.
Gus has to guess first.
No.
No, Gus has to guess first.
I accept your entry as cock.
No, that was just I was cuffing. I was cuffing.
Cocking.
That was my answer.
Let's go. It's got to be cock.
like it'll have to be some kind of. It has to be meat, like other creatures in the like dog meat.
It is not dog meat.
Oh, his friend's a dog. No, wait, he's got a dog in the
He's got
game.
a dog
Oh
friend.
shit.
Why would he eat dog meat? Come
I
on.
don't know.
You said cock.
No, no, I didn't say cock. No, actually, it's
Nicrotex
crazy.
says I also accept cock entry.
Yeah. No. Is it what are those?
Canned fish.
Canned fish is not correct.
What space bars?
It's not space bars either. These are all very well thought out, logical answers.
Cans of
The
gasoline.
correct answer is maggots.
What?
Ew.
Yuck, bro.
No. No.
Oh,
when Sam Porter
Alex.
Bridges does it, it's
No.
fine.
So and then he wigged out in this clip that we found.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That game is actually great.
He does also eat like other shitty canned food, so that was reasonably close. Like he eats
maggots,
rubbish,
kids.
and eating maggots was part of a quest line to make the character ultimately stronger when you eat all the maggots from all the corpses around the world.
Yeah, right.
Great.
Good game, great game. Levins
Recipe excerpts for 100, please.
for 100.
That's
All
how you
right.
say excerpts.
Yep. Well done. Fucking
Extra
twice in a
points.
row. Hell yeah. Okay. This plainsfolk dish took me many times to learn. A lot of whisking makes my fins hurt. Eventually, the merchant at Reunion stopped selling me dodo eggs, something about wasting food and being ungrateful, so I needed a clever disguise to purchase their wares. I borrowed some pages from Sagaisti's books and made a clever hat, but it did not work, and I had to ask Morgia for help. Also, please don't tell Sagaitsu that he has many books and will probably not notice. No.
There were so many clues in there.
I know, but I only play like colorful games for babies. And I have no idea what the fuck any of those references are.
Well, it's got to be like a fish. It's got fins.
Do you like fishmen and people?
Yeah, I know. It's not, Hangudon doesn't have his own game yet.
Did Shark Tale have a video game?
Wait,
This was Will Smith's character in his Dark Side.
What was the game where you played as a shark that came out a couple of years ago? Did they make a cookbook
Oh,
for
Man-Eater?
that? Man-Eater.
Yeah.
the
So obviously there were some character names in there, like Sagetsi and Morgia. But there was
Mass
some
Effect.
But also
Is it Mass Effect?
It's not Mass Effect.
Okay.
I'll also point out that Plainsfolk, capital P, so that's the place that they're from, and Reunion is a town as well.
Go for it,
So Reunion is where the merchants
Go
are.
on.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
It is not Xenoblade Chronicles. That's a really cool answer.
Cool answer. Yeah.
It was close, and Xenoblade's cool.
Xenoblade's cool. God damn it.
I'm trying. Who the hell has fins? I mean, it's cooks.
Well, only the character telling this story about the thing. It doesn't
Has
necessarily
fins.
like.
Does Mr. Krabs have a fin? What's going on there? Is it a
Yeah.
SpongeBob one?
Cool answer. 0 points.
God damn it. That's the 100?
That's 100.
Oh, man.
Because it had heaps of clues
Clues.
to the thing, but
Fair enough, but
Plainsfolk.
let me put it this out
Plainsfolk
there.
really
The person that probably would have gotten this isn't here right now.
Steph.
Yeah. That's the answer. It's,
It's Steph.
It's Steph's
Steph's the
cookbook.
answer. What is Steph like?
That's why I said Mass Effect.
yeah.
Destiny.
It is not Destiny either. It is the ultimate Final Fantasy XIV cookbook.
Oh.
And we were talking about a dodo omelet.
Oh.
There
but
you go.
of course.
Oh.
There it is. Ooh, that's one of the ones
Who's
they flip
got
over and carve
fins?
down the middle and goes bleh.
Yeah.
Is
it's kinda
there
bad.
is there a fish? Is there a fish cook?
There must be a fishy race
sea
in Final
chocobo.
Fantasy.
Oh, the sea
drowned
chocobo, the fish of the water.
The fish of the water.
Oh,
Water or the fish of the water?
Oh, the fish of the water.
All right.
That is ruined with whatever sauce is on
That's
top of it,
no,
by
that's
the way.
omurice. It's a classic Japanese dish. If these were actual fucking food questions, I'd be killing it.
I was like, I could read a whole recipe, but when as soon as I saw that they put flavor text in, I was like, I'm reading the flavor text.
Okay.
Ruby, you're up.
I'm gonna go for recipe excerpts for 400.
All
I'm
right.
gonna finish
Because
it
we
up.
didn't get 100, let's go right to
Yeah.
the tricky
But
one.
who knows? You know, some of these I think are hard, and but there might be clues in this that make sense as well. This is from a cookbook. South America is one of the most biodiverse destinations in the world and a continent of extremes. It is home to both the Andes Mountains, the longest continental mountain range on the planet, and the Amazon River, one of the longest rivers in the world. The Amazon River and its many tributaries form the Amazon rainforest, the world's largest rainforest, and home to an unimaginable number of plant and animal species.
That's not a recipe.
It isn't a recipe, is it? That's odd.
That's not a recipe.
It's odd, isn't
What
it?
recipe are they introducing?
It's odd, isn't it?
He's saying it's odd.
It's,
It's a
Odd
clue.
world.
Any
what do you?
any
It's
guesses?
not a recipe.
It's from a cookbook.
It's from a cookbook.
Yeah. The Microsoft Flight Simulator cookbook.
So it's from a cookbook.
It is from a cookbook. A video game
It's
tie-in
from
cookbook.
a video game
It's
tie-in
a video
cookbook.
game tie-in cookbook.
And can you say it one more time, please?
South America is
Oh
one
my
of the most
God, no.
biodiverse destinations in the world and a continent of extremes. It is home to both the Andes Mountains, the longest continental mountain range on the planet, and the Amazon River, one of the longest rivers in the world.
Is it that cooking with cum?
It's not
cookbook that
cooking
we
with
have?
cum. It's not cooking with cum.
What's that called? What's the
it's
actual
called,
name?
Natural Harvest.
Natural Harvest.
Yeah.
It's not from that?
It's not from Natural
Okay.
Harvest.
Imagine if that just had a whole page about
No, so
the
it's,
Amazon.
so
Imagine if they had
it's
a
very
video game.
specifically this is a video game cookbook.
that lazy
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and you have accepted your answer. That's incorrect.
Okay.
Anyone want to have a stab?
It's very odd, but it has to have something to do with the game, right? Like
It sure does.
it being South Africa. South America.
South
sorry,
America.
South America.
Yeah.
So nah. What the fuck?
It feels like a travel, like writing you write about travel. So I think it's like going to be like Uncharted or Tomb Raider.
I'm going to give it to you. It's Tomb Raider.
He's got it.
Tomb Raider, the official cookbook and travel guide.
Wow.
Oh shit!
So there's like
What?
they give you detail about the places that Lara Croft has traveled, and then a dish from the place as well.
Oh my god.
It's just absurd that it's both things and
There
Tomb
would be
Raider.
a publisher that just is like, we have this IP, do something.
Published by
with it.
Prima.
Okay. Okay.
Fair enough.
There you go.
But
was
it is
the
like,
Tomb
if you
Raider-
ever read like travel articles, that is they nailed the tone.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's hilarious. Why does it exist?
I was going to say,
Doesn't
Carmen
matter.
San Diego, so that's close enough.
Yep, totally.
All right.
Alright.
So yeah, that exists.
Back on the
Damn.
Back to Gus.
Gus,
no,
it's
did
your
Gus-
turn.
Gus- Didn't Gus pick that?
No,
I
Ruby,
picked that.
Ruby just picked that.
Oh wait, no, Ruby to pick that.
I picked
That's
that.
so confusing because everyone
You
has a stab at
won,
it.
but I picked that.
Okay,
so Gus, it's your turn.
Back to me.
Yeah.
Insta spam for 100, please, because this category is not proven to be very.
You've only picked one from it, and
I
it was
know.
Tracy Grimshaw.
You
who
picked the
everyone
hardest
should know.
one.
No one
What?
should know that.
Everyone should know Tracy's Instagram.
Okay.
So we got a photo of some food from an Instagram
yum.
account, Gus. If you'd like to have a stab at
What's the
guessing that.
caption?
The caption for this was Xmas Eve Lunch 2022.
Steph?
It is not Steph. Would anyone else like to have a crack?
It's me.
It sure fucking is.
I was literally about to say.
I'm like hiding my thumbs and trying to do a poker face.
You were, 'cause I went to look at your thumbs.
Yes.
I literally went to look at your thumbs. I'm like, that seems like a Levin's post.
Should have thought of that.
Andrew Levins is on Instagram at Levins Online.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can
I don't
follow
remember
him.
what that meal was.
Well, it was Xmas Eve lunch,
Yeah.
mate. Yeah, it was Xmas Eve lunch. Levins, you can pick a category.
I'm gonna ruin the only potential like group connect four we could possibly get by doing 300 food picks.
All right. Food picks for 300.
Oh, that yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I know
What do we need to say for this one again?
I just need to know that the game that this is from.
Pose as a
obviously-
question.
Okay. It's a Pokemon game, and I know Ruby, and we all know that you know it.
I did make a huge mistake in not getting Will to remove the text, which I was going to get him to do and
Yeah.
forgot.
Is this
my
if you
God, I
cook a
know it.
Pokemon? What are we reading? Torchic? Rice?
Is it sorry, what's it came out at the start of last year. It's the has Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
It is not Pokemon Legends.
it's Pokemon
yes.
Cafe Mix.
It is Pokemon Cafe.
Yes!
Well done.
It is rice served atop an omelette, as fluffy as Torchic's feathers. It goes well with ketchup. I meant to
Fair
remove Torchic from that to.
Hey, we still got the Connect 4.
We did it.
We still
in
got
some
I'm taking this
capacity.
as a win.
a cute little connect for.
Is that the Netflix Pokemon show? Isn't that about a cafe? That's a hotel, isn't it?
The claymation one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so good.
That's not a cafe,
I think it's
though.
being
That's-
made by the same people as Rillakumer and Friends.
Oh,
It looks
Good series.
goddamn adorable.
Yeah.
Thank you, Levins. Ruby, you can pick a category.
Oh,
3 more on the board.
okay.
Everyone gets another go. Isn't that nice?
I'm gonna go for Insta Spam 300.
I hate this.
No.
category.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's see Insta Spam for 300.
Oh fuck!
You said this man's name.
Yeah.
Is it Hideo Kojima?
It is today. It is not Guillermo del Toro. The misdirect there.
That's his bestie right there.
is
That's his
Hideo
bestie
Kojima.
right there. That's
Take
one
a
of his
photo
many
of
boy
Guillermo del
besties.
Toro.
Hold up your noodles and sausage.
And
Noodles and
prawns.
prawn
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah.
Oh, prawn. Oh, okay,
My
that was
favorite
nice.
thing about Hideo Kojima is he loves his boyfriends.
Yeah,
He
he
does,
loves
yeah.
his
He
does.
boyfriends. He loves his director
I
boyfriends.
thought this would be a bit of a gimme when you said Guillermo del Toro earlier, and then you said Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. It's like, God damn it.
This is
Yeah.
from Hideo Kojima's Instagram.
What's- I-
He can
but
follow him
I
at
really
Hideo
wanna know-
_Kojima.
I want to know what the caption is.
Well, if you followed Hideo Kojima
doesn't-
on Instagram,
He doesn't
he
believe
doesn't
in
caption.
captions.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe
He's
in
too
captions.
fucking cool for captions.
Oh.
This is just a raw
I love
nude
how-
photo.
Beautiful.
I love them so much as like
Me too.
and then playing the game and having Guillermo del Toro's character in it, but not voiced by him. It's just wild.
Do you know if
Yeah.
you pan slightly to the left of that photo, you'll see Jeff Keighley being cut out of the
Yeah.
Please.
He's like, hey, I
Can I have
remember
a
being
prawn
in this
head,
pig.
Guillermo?
He does good work. He does good work. Okay, there's 2 more on the board. Gus, have a crack.
Hungry characters for 400, please, Joshua. I haven't tried this one yet. No, wait.
So this is you're about to see a cast of characters. Ooh. I'm not going to tell you. Oh, it says it on the box. Again, that should have been punched in a little. It is Streets of Rage, and all of these characters from Streets of Rage, they're going to need to eat something to get their health back.
The fists of their enemies. They eat. It's got to be something cool from the late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
So I'm thinking like product branded. It's gotta be fucking fast food. No, heroin. No, cans of cola.
Cans of cola is incorrect. Though Duke Nukem ate cans of cola, drank cans of cola.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Chicken.
Chicken is correct. Apples and chicken.
Every brawler, you eat chicken.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like sometimes like a plate
A full-on
of
roast chicken, as you can see.
Yeah, it's always on a
turkey or chicken I would have accepted. The apples cure minor injuries. There's also apples in the game.
Yep.
But the chickens restore full health when eaten.
Of course they do. Roast chickens.
So you got to go walk over to them, crouch on top of them.
With the little Thanksgiving thing stuck out of the
exactly.
drumsticks as well.
Nom nom nom.
Someone said ass.
It is not ass. The answer was not ass. Levins, you get to have a crack at the last.
What am I gonna pick?
The last category.
$200 Insta spam for me, please.
All right.
Hopefully it's me again. Oh, this is okay. That's the Sonic hot dog.
Yeah. Would you like me to read the caption, or are you just gonna have a crack?
Okay, I'll read the caption.
Okay. Ate the Sonic the Hedgehog chili dog,
It's
and
Ruby.
it gave me a tummy ache.
That's Ruby. I know
If
it's
you
Ruby.
even care.
There are two people that I know ate this monstrosity. One of them is me, and the other person is Ruby. And then we both spoke about getting diarrhea afterwards.
I literally posted this, and then Levins messaged me being like, "Hey, did you like it?" And I'm like, "It made me sick." And he's like, "It made me sick too. I threw up."
So the full caption is ate the Sonic the Hedgehog chili dog, and it gave me a tummy ache, if you even care.
Do you care?
8.8 out of 10.
You still give it 8.8?
8.8 out of 10.
It tasted good.
No,
Got
it
a
was
shit
not
fast.
good, dude.
Tasted
It was
good.
So,
bad.
Yeah, it was good.
Well done. You got some more points on the board. It was it's 5 each, so there's
Is that a tie?
There's a tie.
Oh my god.
It's not a tie.
Yeah, it is a tie.
Levins and Ruby tied at $1,200.
That's a tie.
I know,
then.
that's-
Oh shit! He said it's not a tie. It's a tie either way
Gus-
because I don't care about the points.
Gus clearly lost.
No,
That's
thank
what
you.
I
There
was
it
saying.
is.
Do you have a
We can-
tiebreaker,
there's one
or is that
take
just
one.
No,
this?
Rizz.
I have. Okay, I'll come up with a tiebreaker right now, and there'll be
this-
no visual aid.
Okay.
Okay. What did I have for breakfast?
Cookie.
Not a cookie.
Smoothie.
Not a smoothie. I had a bowl with 3 different types of cereal in it because I had the dregs of 2. I had a little bit of Sultana Bran left, and I put that in there. And there was a bit of Special K, and I put that in there. And then I put All Bran on top of that.
I thought you were gonna like try and get us to
Who
at
would
least guess
guess
one of the
that?
cereals.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah.
New tiebreaker.
No, you both. It's a tie. It's a tie. The Rizz quiz has a tie.
Okay.
Segment
Hey.
ruined.
Equal Rizz.
Shake hands.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lovely.
It's a nice
Equal Rizz.
ending.
Hey, Gus.
Ad break time.
3 old man cereals. Let's go to an ad break. That was a Rizz quiz, everyone. We'll see you after this ad break.
My lord?
Huh?
He's here.
Oh. Well, if isn't the brave. Adventurer.
So Steph's busy and I owe her a favor, so why don't we get this game plan going? Have you ever seen a picture so beautiful that you simply wanted to walk right into it? Well, Viewfinder lets you do just that. My Friendly Neighborhood poses an important question of what if Big Bird wanted you dead, and what if he had the means to do it as well? The exciting new crossover between Sea of Thieves and LucasArts sets sail with Legend of Monkey Island. Homesick is a classic colony sim in a not too distant post-apocalyptic future, huge wreck for any doomsday preppers out there. Nintendo DS classic Might and Magic Clash of Heroes is getting a definitive edition for PS4, Switch and PC. Story-driven adventure Dross and visual novel The Many Deaths of Lily Coulson are 2 Aussie games getting releases. And finally, Pikmin 4, the little guy game to end all little guy games, crash lands exclusively onto Switch and deep into my heart. And that's it. What are you hyped for? Let us know in the comments.
Hold it. Is that really the controller you're going to game with?
Well, sure. Haven't you heard? This one's got all the famous buttons. Circle, triangle, square, X, and more.
Well, there's gaming, and then there's gaming in style. Here, try this.
WeAreRobots. Well, it certainly looks amazing, but what makes it more edgy than my PS Edge back home?
Well, take a guess. How many kills in Call of Duty do you typically get with your regular controller?
Well, I suppose 3.
That's right. And now guess how many kills in Call of Duty you'll get with this WeAreRobots themed controller.
I mean, 4?
Higher.
7?
Guess again.
Well, it couldn't be 9.
It's exactly 9.
Wow, well, that's a KD ratio I could get behind. But hang on, what's the catch?
There's no catch. WeAreRobots can improve all of your favorite gaming statistics simply by making you look way cooler and implanting you with nano components through thumbstick injectors for robot-like response times.
Wow, what the fuck?
Like a drum, mice roar and giants hum as they bring forth the cosmic calm. Bring the tintinnabulum. Prepare ye for the cosmic calm.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much to Rizz for his word there. And we saw an ad for WeAreRobots and a new one there from Muso for Hire. Cosmic Cum. Channeling some serious Pink Floyd vibes in that one.
I guess he had to be there.
Yeah. We had to very quickly explain what the hell that meant. But an in-joke on an in-joke, but amazing work as usual. Thank you so much. And of course, we had the game plan in there as well, sponsored by A. Timothy.
Yeah, baby!
There it is.
Yeah!
Wow. Holy smokes, how many of them do we have? Thank you so much, A. Timothy.
I really liked that game. It was Super Mario Wonder.
Oh, right. Good.
Elephant mode.
The second I saw the elephant, I went crazy.
No, it was the RPG.
Oh, it was RPG.
Yeah.
It was RPG.
Imagine what noise you made for the elephant.
Very excited for.
So thank you to A. Timothy, and as we do, we'd like to pick out a famous Timothy and then see if you guys can recognize which Timothy I'm talking about.
Fantails in here.
That's
Okay,
a game now.
cool.
Yeah, it's Fantails, but done with Tim. So for Timothy. So here are the clues for this Timothy. He is voiced by Harry Shearer. I'm going to start with that one and let that one simmer for a while.
Okay.
Oh, because I assumed it'll jump in. Okay, let's move on.
No.
Voiced by Harry Shearer, first appeared in the episode The Telltale Head. He's the minister at the first church of...
It's Reverend Lovejoy.
Oh, Timothy
Is he
Lovejoy.
Tim
Reverend.
Lovejoy?
Yeah.
It's
Timothy
Reverend
Lovejoy
Timothy
from The Simpsons.
Lovejoy.
Yeah,
There's a famous Timothy, unlike last week, without any prior convictions. So there we go.
My favorite
I forgot
part
that was his first name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
me
fa-
too. Yeah,
My favorite thing about Reverend Lovejoy is his little
Train set?
train set.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says,
Why do you hate my train?
initially kind-hearted and ambitious, Lovejoy has become somewhat bitter and apathetic towards other people and religion because of Ned Flanders' chronic over-the-top scrupulosity. Jesus, that's a mouthful. Scrupulosity.
He's like the only Simpsons character with oval eyes as opposed to
Is he?
circular eyes. Yeah, he's a giant oval.
Oh shit, I have to look that up. Yeah, wild.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
interesting.
Simpsons facts. Thank you to Timothy. All right,
Very
let's
sure.
move on with the show because it is time to have a challenge. Is the way to phrase challenging times awkwardly. Close enough.
Really? Yeah.
Wow, you let him fall to his death.
All right, challenging times is sponsored by Nicrotex. Jesus.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
So excited.
You know what's so funny as
falling
well?
apart
You know what's so funny as well? The other day I was like, maybe I'm gonna try being a bit more chilled out, a bit quieter.
Please
I think
don't.
on the
Never
show
do. You
don't
I'm
have
gonna
it
be
in
a
ya.
little bit quieter.
You don't
And
have
you
it
know
in
what? I
ya.
don't think I've been that loud today. But it's good because at least the noise kind of reminds people of how loud I really am.
There you go. And to remind us of the wonderful Nicrotex who sponsors this show, we like to read out a tweet every week. And this one's pretty simple but straightforward, and I really agree with it. This is from Nicrotex Nick Belling, who says, "Friends don't let friends use their TV's default operating system." I agree with that.
So it's Tom Cruise.
It's Tom Cruise.
What do you mean default operating system?
The motion.
You mean you got to get
motion
another
that's not-
TV?
that's
smoothing
diff-
and-
that's-
I think that's what he's getting at. I mean,
Like
if you're in
using
the chat.
a Apple TV or another
Google TV.
another device to run it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I would have thought.
Yeah,
Oh, I
right.
thought he
yeah,
was
fair.
talking about like the
motion smoothing
all
stuff,
that. I mean, that's
settings
also
on
That's
it.
one
travesty, yeah.
that I would
Yeah.
be like, only my enemies I would set to have like motion, smooth motion plus. All that
Smooth
kind of-
Ocean Plus, I think, is Sony's one or one. They all have a different fucking name
Yeah.
for the same awful.
And now that
thing.
he can't write, like act in movies or promote movies, Tom Cruise is going from house to house,
Just
turning off
individually.
everyone's motion smoothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's striking.
You
But
you saw Tom Cruise recently.
Oh yeah, I sung Happy Birthday.
You sung Happy Birthday to him from like a reasonable radius.
Yeah, the co-host of my podcast, Hey Fam, Angus, we were sitting next to each other, and it was at the Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 screening.
Nice.
And it was Tom Cruise's birthday, and Angus yelled out, "Happy birthday, Tom!" And Tom looked him dead in the eyes and said, "Thank you so much."
That's such a fucking Tom Cruise thing to
Thank
do.
you so
much.
He
Yeah.
does not let any compliment go responded to. Like
And
he,
I haven't told
Bought him a jet ski
anyone
on
I
the
know
spot.
anything that my kids have done in the last month, but I've told 400 people that my friend said happy birthday.
because I
to
imagine
Tom
if you
Cruise.
did it in person, he'd look you dead in the eyes and say, "Thank you very much. Get me $1." So thank you, Nicrotex, for sponsoring this segment. Challenging Times is where we put you guys to the test and the rest of the couch to the test by finding a time in a video game that we set in a challenge and then challenge you to beat said time. It's as simple as that. But
I don't understand.
well, basically, we find something that's timed in a game. We set our own time, then we try to beat it, and then get everyone else to try and beat said time.
And what's the challenge?
The challenge is beating the time that we'd set, which was the original challenge.
Have you got the time?
It's too challenging. But we have the times from last week's or last time we played challenging times, and we can put them up on the board because last time we played the Mario Kart Zelda Time Trial Challenge, and Montaigne set our best time when they were here at 46 seconds, 0.312. But I've chucked everyone else's up there who got really, really bloody...
Part-time
better.
warrior kicking ass.
But yeah, part-time warrior.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Beautiful graphic.
Thank you so much.
It's a lovely graphic.
Well, what we like to do with this segment is we'll have a go
Have
at
fun
it.
here.
We'll try and beat each other's times, and then we'll get you guys to, if you've got the game and you want to boot it up, try and beat our times as well. So
What a
yeah,
list. Part-time warrior, Dr. Jokeberg, Nano Jeans, Mac Apsu, Puny Fox, Punny Fox, Puny Fox, Dolphin Pants, Nicrotex, Laughing Still, Melodic Storm, and Hugaholic.
but yeah, people
Huge.
They're all in there
Let's go
competitively
gamers.
trying to crack the 40, and once that happened, the rest of the times just came flooding in. So well done to those guys. We usually give the trophy out, which we forgot to put on stage. But
Where's the trophy?
It's up
One
there.
of the Among Us things.
I'll
I
get the
gave
trophy.
you.
I'll get the trophy.
It's top shelf behind you. So well done to you guys. And we'll set the new challenge tonight because what we decided to do was something. Well, it's still a timed section of a game, but we're going to be booting up Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And this is the lovely prize you're playing for at home. There it is. It's with the injured Spider-Man.
He seems to have recovered.
Oh, okay. He lost a leg.
Where are his
earlier.
real pants?
Well, this
Oh,
is
is
the
that
this is the
Spider-Verse
one
man?
that does the Spider-Verse bit.
Oh, okay.
He's in trackies because
Yeah.
he's
Peter
let himself
Parker.
go.
He's from. Is it
Not Morales.
Nugo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nugo
Nick
guy?
something.
Nick from Nugo.
There it
I
is.
love Nugo. It's so much fun.
Who's that girl?
So
yes.
we're going to be playing Jedi Survivor, and we're going to be checking out one of the meditation chambers, I think is the best way to put it. And basically, one of these chambers allows you to go up against 150, or you need to destroy 150 B1 battle droids as fast as you can using your character. Peter, this is your save, so you can tell me a little more here.
That was all accurate.
Fucking nailed it. There we go.
Wait, who's played this game?
I have played the game. This is my save. I haven't played it since I finished it months ago, so I don't remember the controls.
Either do I.
But we are equipped with the double-bladed saber, and if you hit right on the
God.
D-pad,
Right on the D-pad?
yep, you can pull out the split.
Sick.
So you can choose either option, and up on the D-pad is to heal. You probably won't need to. We're on kind of an easy difficulty setting, and B1 battle droids, they die in a single hit. So it's about killing them as fast as possible. You
Excellent.
can use all the force powers and stuff, just like spam.
Well,
But-
because we're killing so many droids, I thought I would give this one an appropriate title. Josh, if we have the sound effect that we can play in the studio as well.
Captain, take them to Camp 4.
When did Ruby say?
Nice. Oh, God.
So there's a multitude of battle droids that we're going to be killing
Roger.
in the segment we're calling Roger Roger.
Roger, Roger.
Roger Roger.
Roger.
So I'm going to jump in. Josh has played and finished this game most recently, so set us a time. Do we remember what that time is, Josh?
I can play it. Hang
He's
on.
got a clip.
It was.
We're not going to see that back because we're watching the game.
No, but I'll.
This thing is easy.
Game
You're not
easy.
going to fail at it. It's
Missed
just
it. It was 1 minute 51:25.
All right, so we're going to have to watch these back just to get the times up on screen. But if anyone's in chat wants to keep those times up, because we're not going to be able to. Yeah.
Go for it.
Am I just going to wail at a bunch of battle droids and see how I go?
You sure are. It just throws 150 of them at you, and you just got to
Jesus
kill them as quickly
Christ.
as humanly possible. Or Jedi-ly possible.
Are those things trying to kill me, the big stompy things?
They're what's delivering more droids.
Oh, right. I look good when I'm doing it, though. It's just wailing around at.
I'll
and
also
there it
point
is.
out that as soon as this game came out, Dolphin Pants messaged me on Twitter and said,
even know I'm doing this.
"It's so easy to look cool in this game, man." Dolphin Pants messaged me on Twitter and said, "I just did this thing. Could be a cool, challenging time." So Dolphin Pants suggested this. You've
What the fuck did I just
activated your dark side powers.
Oh, shit.
So you can do that by hitting both the thumbsticks in that's at the bottom of the screen there.
But I'm slowly becoming rotten at my core.
You're becoming so dirty.
Where are the buttons?
I'd also recommend holding both triggers.
Oh, shit.
Pull them in towards you, and then you can kill them a bit quicker.
Why are you giving him the tips?
You can also, this is for you as well. You can also,
Just say it when I do it.
okay, and you can force
I
push.
forgot the overlay.
You can force push. What's the overlay?
It's just a different overlay for this.
Ah, yeah,
It's
got it.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. You can't see it anyway.
I can't see shit. You can force push the explodey droids as well, because obviously they do area of effect
I've stopped
damage.
looking cool. I've
you
stopped
might
looking
be
cool.
about to die.
How many
You
have I got
can
left to
die.
kill?
You're at 110 of 150.
I'm going to join the dark side. Fuck
You
yeah.
did that. You just killed 13 of them by doing that.
How many left? How many left?
You got 27 left. 24, 26 left. No, 23 left. You want a live update?
What's happened? What's happened? Yep.
You've got 15 left.
Jesus Christ.
You're doing well for time.
Jump.
You're at 142. You've got 11 left. You could beat
Dark
Josh
side,
here.
dark side.
Dark side, dark side.
How many left?
2.
Where's the last one?
You missed it.
Where is he?
Run around and
Oh,
find
I
him.
fucked this up royally. Hello? I can hear it. God damn it!
He's like, wait, I'm coming.
Oh, he was taunting you. I didn't see the time there. So, Josh,
if you want to run that one back for us,
just let
and
me
we'll see.
So X and Y are attack.
X and Y are attack. A is jump.
2 minutes and 2 flat.
2 minutes, 2 flat.
Fell apart at the end there. That's embarrassing.
You had it, I reckon. It was in your grasp there for a minute.
It was right there.
It was right there.
Get in amongst it. They were the coolest things in the prequels, the design of these guys, just to be able to carve through something. The way that you never could with the Stormtrooper in the movies.
Yeah.
What about Watto?
What about
What about
Watto?
No.
What about
There was.
Sebulba?
Holy shit. Join the dark side. Double thumbsticks.
Nice.
Yeah, feels good, doesn't it?
Feels good, doesn't it?
And then can I get out of it as well or not?
Yes.
Let the hate
You can't
take
just
over.
join the dark side and then be like, no, I'm out
No,
again.
is that right?
Yeah, actually, I'm
pacifist now.
sure.
Takes at least 3 films to complete the arc.
Nice.
Or like you join the dark side and then you go, you know what? I think I actually just want to be in the middle.
Just want to like dabble?
I just don't think I want to do either.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about the prequels. They're shit. But
Who were
the
who was Sweden? Who was Sweden? in Star
Ahsoka is
Wars?
Sweden.
Ahsoka's Sweden.
Ahsoka was introduced in the Clone Wars and became a character that chose
well.
a neutral path when the Jedi Order collapsed.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, that thing feels like it's going to flatten you.
For real.
Well, you know, when you sit on the fence, your legs are on the side of the oppressor. So.
Well, it depends how you're sitting.
Fuck you, Ahsoka.
It depends on how you're sitting on the fence. What if
fuck
you?
Hey, what are you meant to do
What
with
if
these
you're
things?
one leg either side, fully neutral?
Are they dying when they explode? So it's
Well,
Yeah,
only
I think
one
so.
leg on this
I
side.
mean,
of
You
the
need to
oppressor.
heal up on the D-pad, I think. Up on D-pad?
I did mean
Up
switch
on the
to
D-pad,
that's
up on the
right.
D-pad. But run away first. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah,
You're
you're
fine.
good.
Do another one.
Nah, I love Ahsoka. She slayed. She was the one with the.
She's got the big tubes.
Yeah,
Like
she rocks.
30
Yeah.
left. Jesus.
But she's not a Twi'lek. I don't know what she is.
130 got 20
Twi'leks have
left.
had tubes, and so does whatever Ahsoka is.
She's a Togaruta.
All
I'd say,
right,
we've got some
mate.
serious.
Ahsoka is my favorite character of all time.
Yeah, I know you got the poster on your wall.
No, I don't have a poster.
Serious what?
But she's my favorite.
Levins has got some serious controller, like
Togaruta.
shoulder action going here. Some like Mario Kart steering into it.
You're gonna beat Gus there. 155 something.
Well done.
I didn't see the end.
No, just really throwing your shoulders and weight into it, which I
good,
appreciated.
yeah.
Which is
That was smooth.
You gotta show the kids how it's done.
They're
Right?
called head tails. Ruby, do you want to go next, or do you want me to?
lovely.
It was 155.45.
Which way does it go?
That's good. It'll come over.
Through there.
I didn't die. That's all I care about.
Yeah, you lived.
Alright.
Did these things even throw up a
Y
challenge in the
attack,
game?
A jump. What's B?
I don't think B
I didn't
does
push it
anything.
once.
Yeah.
Didn't push it
Spam
once.
X. Pull the triggers.
Triggers to pull.
To pull them towards you, and then spam
Joy-Cons
X.
to
That's the-
And then
Joy-Cons.
put both
That's the-
sticks in
the
to go
real
bad
Yeah.
guy.
Okay.
And bad guy kills everyone around you as well.
This goes against
Alright.
everything of like finesse Jedi training that the game is teaching you to do. Just like giving a controller to someone at endgame and being mash all the buttons and you'll look really cool.
It's also inverted, which I noticed Levins graciously lent to because you're clearly one of the good guys. You play inverted?
Do not give in to him.
I don't think so. I don't know.
But Ruby might struggle a little bit.
That's what you meant by dark side, right?
Yeah. I saw the camera go the wrong way on the first move, but you're settled now.
She's at the bit where
Yes, nice.
she's at the bit where you look cool before the exploding things turn up.
The exploding
those guys
things just totally mess you up. Oh, huge. All right, you're a third of the way there. Nice.
Throwing in some
Nice.
acrobatics, looking cool.
Yes. Ruby, yes.
Shouldn't the ones who are under the stompy things get stomped?
Nah, mate. This is a simulation.
Are you in like a Jedi trance?
I don't know. Are you? I believe so. You're just... I believe...
Oh shit!
That's gonna blow. That's fine.
Kills them too.
You, I believe, are like crouched on that meditation spot.
So right now he's just sitting there freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. He's like,
Just frothing at the mouth.
The buns.
Is everything alright? He's good.
you're fine. Oh, good kill. Yeah, you murdered them with your bad guy
Although,
move.
I don't know, points
You're
for
2/3
dragging
of the way, and you're looking good for time. You're actually looking really good for time.
Shit. Is this just proof you can play this game without like
You
any...
can just hit X. Absolutely.
She's hitting Y too.
It's on Padawan.
So the easiest setting in this instance is just stopping us from taking more damage. But the B1 droids, they all die from one hit. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what
okay.
difficulty it is.
Right.
Last one. Look, that was
Hey.
quick. That was quick. That's the
Holy
fastest time
smashed
so
it.
far for sure.
What was that time?
140 something.
Again, in the lore of this, you'd have some like Jedi Master be like, Ruby, you have completed the
And I
just
go,
walk off. It's like,
It was 142.12.
142.
Very
12.
nice.
You
You
smashed
gotta
me.
beat that,
That was
which I
huge.
think you'll be able to do.
I don't think I will.
say
I
you
think
finished
that's
this game?
that's
I've
an
played, like,
incredibly
2
quick
hours.
time.
Okay, all right.
Pete might have finished
gonna
it.
win.
Pete, you finished this?
I have finished the game, yeah, and I like it a lot. I think it was a good story, good Star Wars story. It felt like a second act of a trilogy, which is not always.
They've confirmed they're making another.
They are, yeah.
I appreciated everyone who sent in their times for the last one of these. In the thread on Discord, you could see people set their time, and then someone else would set the next one that was just a little bit better. And then about 3 hours later, they're like taking screenshots of their Switch, being like, "Yeah, my thumbs are fucking hurting now, but thanks, I've beaten your time." So there's a bit of healthy competitiveness.
We get
on the
like
Discord.
a go at it, but you at home can play as often as you like, and
They
feel
have
like
to be up to a
you
certain
know
point
a
in the
little
game to get to this,
hack
though.
you do have to be up to a certain point in the game. This is on the Shattered Moon, and I feel like you get there pretty quickly, but there's also a bit of Metroidvania to this game where you do travel back and forth between the worlds as you get more abilities, which kind of help you traverse the land. So you might not be able to get here just from the start.
Shit.
That was a big explosion.
Again, it's a ballsy move to drag every one of the exploding droids
I know, but they
towards
kill
you.
they kill everyone else as well. So
And a
you may
flip
as
for
well.
good measure. I got like 39 to kill.
Let's do it then.
17.
Let's kill them all. Oh, I'm getting bullied by them. Leave me alone, guys.
Boo-hoo, Pete. Have we got like jazz music in the background?
I think so.
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
God, you needed something.
Take that, John Williams. You really should have scored the Star Wars films to
Need a little
smooth
juice.
jazz.
There's the 142 gone.
Ruby's won.
Come
Oh
on.
my goodness.
Nice.
It's so crazy because I'm like always talking about how I'm not good at video games.
Throw your saber away for a little bit of attitude in the last one.
But you were really close.
I was close.
You were really
I was close.
You're
Almost
But
as good as Ruby.
I think I'm
You were
up near the
almost as good
150.
as me.
I think I'm up near the 150.
Smashed it. Josh,
Nice.
can we get a
We're
time?
watching
Yeah.
Pete's back right now. It was 148.75.
148.75.
I forgot
A
everyone's
respectable
time.
time.
I've still got post-flu head.
It
No,
was,
it
it
literally
was
goes- it goes
142.
to-
A massive win. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Second,
second. Levin's
fourth.
third. Yeah, but
Beautiful.
Josh.
And Josh
in between us, what did you get?
150.
150 something.
152.
151.
Yeah.
Josh
There it is.
got-
Liz has
There
got
they
the times up. I got 202, Ruby 142.12, Levin's 155.45, Pete 148.75, and Josh 151.25. There we go.
There it is.
Making Ruby the winner of this week's Challenge in Times. Woo!
Woohoo! There's a cup for you.
There's a cup that you have to
Girls
put back
really
on the set.
do know what a
You gotta
game is.
Drink the
I'm
Spider-Man.
proof.
You got to drink the Spider-Man. yeah.
And hey, now it's your turn. Can you beat my score? Give it a try.
Thanks to Cups for sponsoring this segment.
This is sponsored by Cup. Cup, you drink out of it.
Sponsored by the trophy store that I offended the guy when I bought that trophy.
Yeah.
What did you say to him?
I just said,
you
I
went,
want-
can
I
I
said,
have a
I want
trophy?
your-
Fuck you.
I wanted your worst trophy, and he was really offended.
I
Like, I
don't
don't
make bad trophies.
Yeah, which I should have
Did you make
thought
any
of.
shitty ones of these?
But he did. That was
Yeah,
the thing.
great.
He actually had some shit ones. Anyway, I've told that story before. There we go. So yeah, if you've got the game and you're up to that point in the game, please jump on in and see if you can set a time better than ours. You can jump onto the Discord if you're a patron at any level, I believe now. You'd be able to get access to the Challenging Times thread. You can jump in there, make sure it's, well, a screenshot. Kind of proves that you did it. That's what everyone did with the Switch. If you can send that in, and you might make your name up onto the scoreboard for the next time we play Challenging Times. It's such a good one. I just like to see it. We'll put so much love into this.
You could add me to this week only.
What,
How long would that take?
That image
Hey, if it
of,
makes me
is
feel
that
better.
meant to be you?
I'm not even in it.
I hand
No,
draw them.
I love it now.
And they said,
Draw those.
they said, Ruby, you can't be in it because we know how red you get when you run. And I said, don't say that about me.
It's true, but we do have a red pockety, so we could just
We
make
do.
you a red pockety
Yeah,
for this
true.
one, yeah.
In a particular segment that had a soundbite that'll only get played twice, and here's that second time you get to hear it. Sorry, Josh.
Take them to Camp 4. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Roger, roger.
Challenging time.
Oh gosh.
It has steps. Oh god.
That is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna read the credits because that's what we do at the end of the show. Because this is basically television, as you've experienced tonight. You know, you could put this on Channel 9.
You could put this on 10 play
10
rewind.
gem.
That's on television.
Put this on SBS Food because of the game show.
Let's put it on SBS Food.
Oh my god, we should
You've got
pitch it.
segment across.
Yeah.
We should start a segment across. So we do have we do our high supporting patrons. We do shout them out. Levins,
How much you got to fork over for that?
for you.
But,
To get onto
He's
the
charging
list.
his cameos over here. Like, what do you need?
Look, mate, you slip me a 50 and I'll let you on the list.
okay, great.
Oh, cool. So make sure you say your own name at the end of this list.
Okay, yeah, I'm on there
if you'd
now.
like to read the credits for us, as Godzilla.
Yep. Just let him speak. Yeah. So we've got Gat, Syntax error.
Just
I
you
see.
get
How's
one
your
shot
eyesight?
and you move on.
Okay, cool. Liz Dahlia, Sithcat, Phoenix O'Lion, Disturb778, Jex, the cousin of Gex, Caboose, What the Shark, Snailsd, Lord Shadamar.
Now these are all people who have jobs in the show. We
And
probably
the
should tell
official,
this.
Gus Beard Wrangler, who did a great job trimming it, Dump Days.
Carefully gonna get behind.
A Piarius Baker, Honey Bun Bun, Bot Lubricator, WeAreRobots, Foot Severer, Moth Captain, Costume Department, Oren Ishii. Remover of foot from Gus's mouth is Babbling Boffin. Milliner for Williner is Snelks. Then we have Back Pocket Legal Tim, BuriBuri, my favorite gamer chair, Head Technician, Kane Lavos, Scotty Groomer, Glowing Might, Best Good Boy, It's Jep, Bad Boy, EvilSpyBoy, Box Boy, great game, Boxy, Scotty Breeder.
We have a dog that's sometimes here called Scotty. Probably need that for
I'm
context.
trying to.
You know, do you?
No, I know
You're
what you're
right.
trying to do.
Biff Frost. Bifrost? Scotty Feeders, Super Studios, Pitch Perfecta, MiddleCee, Peter's Cable Guy, Wolsey, Designer of Worlds. No. Hey, Timothy, I get it. I was like, hey, Timothy. Community Hotboy, Nicrotex, and his Hotboy, the Coastal City. Remover of Sass is the Sassless. House Band is Muso for Hire. Dinosaur Supervisor is the one and only Phil Tippett. And of course, the Bird Supervisor, LokiCat.
And added to the end of the credits.
Levins.
Wow,
yes, of course, LokiCat, the sponsor of the post show, which is coming up next.
Do you know what it is? It's a party bus driving past, and you're like having a lovely evening, and you've just like had dinner with your partner, and you're like, this was really nice.
Yeah.
We should get out more.
It's the Hunter Valley.
You don't go out into your own city enough, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, we just have such a
Yeah.
fucking
And
bus
I'm gonna
comes
put
past.
the microphone
You've
far
been-
away for this. I'm gonna go. It's my birthday. I'm turning 37.
And sorry,
but I
no
feel
requests,
like
thanks.
I'm 24, and I look like it too. And
Play
that's-
this song.
And that's my favorite bitch that I meet that night.
Oh god, are those? Do you,
When phones were a little less destructible,
Yep.
I would respond to people holding a request up by taking the phone and throwing it the other side of the club.
Oh,
like a good old
nice.
Nokia flip.
30
That'd be
yeah,
good.
that's
Bounce
fine.
or two.
3310, that would bounce.
And then if you would take the phone to get a closer look, and then you would text it to their mum at
good.
like 3:40 in the morning.
Amazing. Perfect. LokiCat, we like to read out tasting notes because LokiCat is a you could drink out of a cup such as this one. Is a fan of fine whiskies and fine cockatiels. Today, LokiCat is a sweet and nutty person with a warm and comforting personality. They are approachable and easygoing, with a subtle complexity that is both intriguing and satisfying. So thank you, LokiCat, and thank you to everyone else. That's our show. Thank you for tuning in to the show and watching live. Thank you for everyone who supports us on Patreon as well. Please share the show with your friends and family. If you can support us on Patreon, we really appreciate it. You might get your name read out by the likes of Levins.
I'm coming here every week just for that part.
Just for the credits.
It's fun, isn't it?
So there you go. We do have some updates to the Patreon coming very soon.
Yep.
So we'll keep you posted about that stuff as well. You can head to backpocket.gg for all the links to all of our socials, to get onto our Discord, to follow us on Threads.
Oh, yay.
Instagram, TikTok. TikTok's where you want to be, though.
Yep.
And you can also find our Redbubble store there as well, because you can buy some fun pillows.
The socials content we say week on week is getting better and better, which sounds just like what's in the script and we just say it. But week on week, our socials, I would say, objectively, are getting better and better. So if you're not already following us on those, because we're aware how shit socials can be. We enjoy trying to make them as fun as possible. So if you're not, back pocket vids and everything. TikTok in particular is where it's all going at the moment. These are everything else as well.
What was your favorite Threads post you did this week?
I don't actually understand what Threads is at this point. I'm too afraid to
I
ask.
did a news post. Going back to my roots, I did a news post on Neopets.
You did?
It's true.
Because Neopets is coming back, baby, in a big old way that's got nothing to do with NFTs.
Woohoo!
You might learn something. That's the point.
About
Neopets.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't have to. And that's most of the point.
Yeah.
Levins, what's next for you? Is it cooking, DJing, or podcasting?
The sapphire thing.
Yeah,
falling down a hole and getting some sapphires.
Yeah, beautiful. Have you got anything coming up? Where can people follow you?
You can find me on everything at Levins Online. I got some cool TikToks coming out over the next few days.
Awesome.
I haven't done money over the last few weeks, and I've got to make up for it.
Did you say money or many?
I haven't done money.
TikTok and money are
one and the same.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But then there's also a couple of podcasts, or the main one is...
Hey Fam comes out every Thursday-ish.
Yep.
I need to upload tonight's episode. So that's what in my immediate future
Tomorrow.
is editing a podcast and uploading it.
Perfect.
Hey Fam.
Awesome. Hey
we
Fam
talked
tomorrow.
about Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Do you do the double screening?
One of us did, and it was not me.
Okay,
I only
delightful.
did Barbie.
Yeah,
because
cool.
I respect women.
Whereas
Finally, somebody that does on this show.
Oppenheimer objectively murdered a lot of them.
That's true.
Yeah. And Barbie just slayed.
Yeah.
We'll be back at the same time next week. We'll find someone to raid, but if you're in the right tier, we'll see you in the post show coming up right now. Let's back it out, everyone.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.